give you away, so I have to just put on my face first. Alright, see it now? Yeah? No reflection. Alright, nothing for sure. God is good. God is good, my friend. I have no for angle it, you know. You understand? I will not talk about with a girl I talk about. We are talking about the glasses. I shall talk about your angle and a triangle. Anyway, I'm back, guys, and I'm sorry. I'm back, and I'm sorry that the live got cut off, but my phone overheated. I'm not buying another iPhone. I'm sorry. I'm not doing it. My phone overheated and it was not charging. It never plugged in, nothing at all. And it just overheated. It decided the sun is too hot. So I'm just not gonna function anymore. And here we are. And this live stream is so important. What Lisa Hanna had to say, or is saying. It's sad that that happened. Karen, big up yourself, you find me back. Technical difficulty. Hey, you know what? Big shout out to the people on big shout out to the people on Bolo VNR clips. I saw Bolo VNR clips numbers go up to 50, man. I don't really go live on there, man, but you know I'm gonna make it a real you know thing where I just do it all the time. Linden Green Wagwan. The next live stream, boy, rough. I don't know what to do. Honestly, and I really don't know what to do. You know, I just have to see that one out with it well. And then now this one now. Alright. We have some breaking news though, people. We have some breaking news. Come on in, share the live. Ryan Campbell, what up, my brother? We are dealing with. Oh, today is Friday, you know, and I'm at the bar, so feel free to turn me up on the donations. Yes, yes. Feel free to turn the boy up on the donations, alright? Yes, yes. You man, you can buy me a drink. Doesn't matter what kind of drink. If you don't even want to buy one, if you even want to buy a water, you can buy a water. You see me? I ain't gonna tell you $30 shots or $50 shots, but real black woman, how you doing? Alright, so make a go to the breaking news now. Apparently, the PMP won in court. I don't know what they want, but they want something. Samuel, how you doing? Listen to this.
Long-term investment in agriculture. Good afternoon and welcome to the Midday News. Here's what we have in the bulletin.
And let me just say this. It's so funny that this is talking about agriculture. PM calls for more investment in agriculture. We were just talking about the chicken prices in Jamaica. It's all tying up, and I have something else to share as well. Listen to this.
Prime Minister calls for major revamp and long-term investment in agriculture. Jamaicans cautioned against being looped.
So all of a sudden, the Prime Minister called for major revamp. Somebody in the media can't call out on Jonas. You can't like call him out on hypocrisy. Like as soon as the PMP come out with a constructive, detailed, brilliant plan to help farmers, this government that's been in power for 9 years is now pretty much copying everything. I heard them talk about the cold storage facilities. Now he's talking about focusing on agriculture. 9 years, you know? And now at the cusp of an election is when he
Board by dubious foreign employment schemes. And later in sports, Barbadian
No,
lost story from the courts.
Yeah, from
the
the courts.
Constitutional Court has ruled in the favor of the People's National Party, granting declarations that multiple states of public emergency declared by the government between 2018 and 2023 were unconstitutional.
Yo, me say, this a government that can't win one case in a court. They are anti the Constitution. What's going on, Anna Ramsey? Them lose again. Where you say, find out what happened with the 11,000 bag of fertilizer. There's so much things going on and so much passa and Bagarang and corruption with this government. You can't, yo, me not have enough time. The news cycle us. Yo, it annoying, brother. The kids them get unalive, the kids them get grape. They didn't want to release the sex offender registry list. There's so much happening in Jamaica right now. The fertilizer them. Last night I heard yesterday a Portmore, a beer shot of fire. Wanna hear about that? I watch one video. I watch a video. I go on Abina. I watch a video with police appearing that they are breaking into somebody's house. Be a CT camera there on the house and they don't know. I watch them. It appeared that he broke into the house of the person. Listen, last night I was uneasy. I didn't want to go to my bed. Exhaustion made me go to my bed because I'm like, wait a minute, is somebody going to break into my house? I literally was afraid. I was afraid, but I'm not cap. I'm not no licensed firearm holder. You see me? I'm not no illegal firearm holder. Right? I mean, you can imagine I'm at my home and police pick me lock and come inside. In police uniform. What? Yo. But back to the Constitutional Court. Man, listen. There's so much going on, man. Crazy.
Our legal correspondent, Dion Jackson Miller, has been following the proceedings and will have an extensive report in Primetime News at 7. A detective constable attached to the Morgan's Bridge police.
So them just a touch upon the Constitutional Court ruling. So the PMP has won the Constitutional case. The SOEs, the state of emergencies that Andrew Ones said they use expertly to deal with criminals that hide behind the protection of being citizens. Yes, those same SOEs that he said that he used expertly, it was unconstitutional, ladies and gentlemen. Yeah, what he was doing was unconstitutional. And it has now been declared by the court that it was unconstitutional. This government is just the worst. And me can't believe it is so bad. It's not like I want it to be bad, but it's really bad. Listen, I never came into this YouTube stuff just like, oh, me dey on PMP side. No, I was, and if you watch back my videos and you look at the more I learned, that is when me start really burn out the JLP government. The more I learned, the more things that was revealed, the things that they were doing presently, that is when me really start to burn them out. Because they deserve to get burned out. The man them terrible, brother. The man them terrible. And there's another health issue. But me find that video before me go there. There's another health issue that we need to highlight. Listen to this. Listen to this.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
We begin with a startling revelation this evening about the frequency of pesticide residues in our local produce that could be causing serious health and environmental issues.
In a landmark webinar today, the Jamaica Organic Agricultural Movement outlined how the overuse of pesticides in Jamaica could be causing more harm than good.
As Kelisha Williams reports, experts believe it underscores the need for stronger agricultural policies in Jamaica.
First entomologist at the University of the West Indies and lead researcher Dr. Dwight Robinson presented the findings of the recent island-wide pesticide study. In providing context, he explained that Jamaica imports up to 2.5 to 3.2 million kilograms of pesticides annually, mostly used in the agricultural sector.
The big problem with that is that a lot of these pesticides are what we refer to as highly hazardous pesticides. In short, we call them HHPs. And while there has been a good move for many years to move us away from highly hazardous pesticides, the move has been a little bit too slow.
Dr. Robinson said those pesticides linger in the environment for a very long time and can cause serious health and environmental issues. As a result, the Jamaica Organic Agricultural Movement, JOM, and several other private and public sector partners have been conducting an island-wide study to find out how pesticide overuse in Jamaica is impacting our food system.
The active ingredients that were looked at, 40 of them were classified as highly hazardous pesticides. And that's the group of pesticides that cause a lot of concern and the type we would rather not see being used in Jamaica.
The big question is how those harmful pesticides are impacting the food we consume daily.
Our study that ran from 2022-23 and continuing into 24-25, 26% of the samples had detectable levels of pesticide residues on them. So you can say we're not improving. That's over 10 years, and instead of having less residues detected, we ended up with more residues detected.
Similar to the 2009 to 2014 study, harmful pesticide residue is frequently found in fruits and vegetables like callaloo, thyme, pak choy, cabbage, and tomatoes.
If you look at it, the ones that have been lightened there are a whole list that it looks too similar to what we were seeing 10 years ago. And it suggests that we are not changing the practice. And these that are highlighted here are highly
tap up the screen, guys. Tap up the screen.
And going further, co-owner and farmer at Stush in the Bush, Christopher Binns, explained that organic farming is the way to go, which means no pesticide or chemical fertilizers. However,
the policies that we have in this country that allow these chemicals to come in, that actually encourage these chemicals to come in. So if I'm buying a seed, for instance, and let's start with the seed. One of the main issues that we have with going organic in Jamaica is that you cannot buy organic seeds nowhere on the island of Jamaica.
And oftentimes when organic seeds do come in,
Who remember what Kevin Smith did say about famine? Who remember what Kevin Smith said about famine? Every time you hear Talk Your Mind TV, remind the people about that something. Big up Talk Your Mind TV. Because everybody play them part, you know. You understand? Everybody play them part for touch a look awakening in the people. Talk Your Mind TV always a press about this thing where Kevin Smith say about famine. When you notice the water crisis or we have an E. coli, does it appear to be that this is all planned? Does it appear that this is all planned, ladies and gentlemen? I'm going to play back with a brother a second. I want to focus on what he must say. We understand that the chemicals are bad. All right? And some of these chemicals, they are banned in many different countries. These pesticides, they are banned in many different countries in Europe and Africa. Russia and them place, they ban them. Don't use them on them stuff. Because they are just too hazardous. Where is the protection from our government? There's too much research out there to show that we don't even need to be doing this. We don't even need to be having these pesticides. Where is the protection? Let's listen. Let's listen to what is going on.
And these that are highlighted here are highly hazardous pesticides.
In going further, co-owner and farmer at Stush in the Bush, Christopher Binns, explained that organic farming is the way to go, which means no pesticide or chemical fertilizers. However,
the policies that we have in this country that allow these chemicals to come in, that actually encourage these chemicals to come in. So if I'm buying a seed, for instance, and let's start with the seed. One of the main issues that we have with going organic in Jamaica is that you cannot buy organic seeds nowhere on the island of Jamaica.
And oftentimes when organic seeds do come in, Mr. Bin said they are held in quarantine for days and sometimes indefinitely. While he stressed that there is a need to protect the island from seed-based pathogens that may destroy the food environment, he said there must be a balance.
You don't have organic soil enhancers. You don't have organic anything. We don't have an organic sector that is codified into our policies so that farmers that claim to be organic or growing organic have a set of guidelines that guide them to getting to becoming organic.
Which is why he believes there needs to be policy changes to make it easier for farmers to grow organically and get access to the right resources to protect their crops without using harmful pesticides. It is hoped that when the study is completed, the findings will be used to implement those policy changes, among others. Kalisha Williams, TVJ News.
So, two things that hit me. One is you cannot get organic seeds nowhere in Jamaica. God, so know what you're doing. People, I always thought that, I'm on the internet, I've always been bragging, oh, our food is the best, it's organic. And you're telling me that you can't find organic. Mary, how you doing? Lizzie, big up, Lizzie. Mary, Lizzie, big up. Happy Friday to you, sweetie. You're telling me that you can't find organic seeds anywhere? And if they are here, them have them locked off somewhere? When I hear these things, I think of the conspiracy theorists and the stuff that they said in the pandemic and years before that about these same types of things that is happening right now. And I say to myself, were they right? Is everything the conspiracy theorists said happening subtly worldwide? Is that the reason why a man like Ibrahim Troy is public enemy number one in the West? Because he's doing the opposite in his country, with the help of Russia and others and BRICS, of course, where they have real sovereignty and independence that they are thriving for. Real sovereignty. Protecting their food for real. Organic seeds, all those things. Is it, I'm not even going to say the word Al-Kebulan. You already know. I already know. I'm not even going to say the word. This is YouTube. And they might have just blocked the video if I said that word there. And the people that is linked to that word. But people, in the comment section, look at what Al-Kebulan just said. That is it right there. That is it right there. Right? That is it. That is it. These seeds that are not organic, that have built-in pesticides in them. Again, we were here talking about the monopoly of chicken in Jamaica. But the monopoly of seeds worldwide is a massive threat. The guy who makes medicine? Oh, no. Oh, my God. Lord have mercy. Al-Kebulan. Do you have a channel? Do you have a channel, Al-Kebulan, as in that's your channel? Where you talk about these things? Instead of Google, people Google B-A-Y-E-R. I'm not even going to say the name. Google B-A-Y-E-R. Wow. Hey, man. My people? You know, I was listening to something about dolphins and when dolphins give birth. Oh, they make aspirin? Oh, so when you buy over the counter, I don't really I'm thank God I have been blessed enough not to intake a lot of medication, and even when I do, as soon as I feel a little bit better, I throw the rest away. I really don't like medicine. Not those types anyway. The organic stuff, that's what I like. But I'm never consistent with none of it because I just don't want to feel like I have to be dependent on that. I think the body really heals itself. Like I'm big on that. And also when it comes on to healing, when it comes on to sound waves and stuff like that, yeah, I believe that that's a thing. And so I was listening to a young lady, a white young lady that on I think it's Facebook. I need to follow her. She's always asking questions to the AI. And she was asking the question to the AI about dolphins and why is dolphin birth banned in a lot of places now. Well, apparently when dolphin is giving birth, a type of field of energy happens around in that area where dolphins give birth, and when humans are there, it is alleged that it raises their consciousness, and the powers that be allegedly is very afraid of that consciousness being risen. And it ties into our food as well, where our food is alleged to suppress that consciousness. That's why there's so much poison even in our water. And I'm talking about the water that they say is clean. Yeah, that the chlorine levels. Do your research. It's kind of, So we are being hit with attacks from many different levels when it comes on to our health. Not only are we being disenfranchised by monopolies where earning potential is concerned, but our food and water and our medicine is potentially, it appears potentially to be severely compromised on a global level, unless you have real leaders that do the right things to protect the people of their country, to be sovereign, to be independent, and do away with colonial powers. I'm trying to be very meticulous. This is far beyond Andronis, what I'm talking about right now. In essence, in my view, Andronis, Delroy Chuck, you name it, those big heads in the JLP, they're all sellouts. All of them. Every last one of them. And the pandemic proved it to me. To me personally, that is my opinion. They are all sellouts. When Andronis decided to join the Privy Council, I said, oh. When I heard that, I said, oh. Okay. I see what's going on here.
to the Morgan's Bridge police station was shot and injured while a woman is dead. This following a domestic dispute in the Maysmuir housing scheme in Little London, Westmoreland. The deceased has been identified as 38-year-old Janice Francis, a cosmetologist and a resident of the community.
Hi, Tula.
Reports are that around 7:30, that's 7:50 p.m. Thursday, Detective Constable Leon Rodriguez was entering his home when he was attacked from behind by Francis, who is the mother of his child. She was reportedly armed with a machete and allegedly attempted to disarm him of his firearm.
What?
It's further alleged that during the struggle, Rodriguez was shot in the right hand.
Wow.
The tussle continued and both parties reportedly held the firearm when several shots were heard. Francis sustained multiple gunshot wounds to the upper body. She was transported to Savannah Lamar Public General Hospital where she was pronounced dead.
Damn.
There was pandemonium at the Brownstown police station this morning.
Guys, domestic disputes are getting out of hand in Jamaica. Y'all notice that?
As men who attempted to smuggle drugs into a cell block attacked the police with a machete after being caught. Reports are that around 3:45, officers responded to reports of suspicious activity at the rear of the cell block. Two men in hoodies were seen, one armed with a machete. One fled while the other reportedly advanced aggressively toward an officer, ignoring commands to drop the weapon. The police opened fire and the man was shot. He was later pronounced dead at the Sentence Bay Hospital. Now, contraband, including ganja and a cell phone, were found on him. The independent...
So, all right. I'm going to assume that this story is true. The police account of it is true. I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt for my argument right now. All right? I don't know if it's true or not. I was not there. So, my first question is this. It's my first question. The person that advanced to the police is a madman. A cutlass. A cutlass? I rush the police. And him a come on if he put it down and you still a rush him. Yeah, man. The E. coli water, I get the people them. Yeah, man. The E. coli water. Yeah, I feel like that one. I don't have no other explanation for that. It has to be the water. Something in the water. Something is in the water, ladies and gentlemen. Ain't no way a sane person is going to attack the police with a machete while he has a gun. I am sorry. I refuse to believe that. That person has to be a madman. Yes, have to be a madman. Madman straight. A madman straight. Yeah, like that.
And then Commission of Investigations, Indicom, is probing the shooting.
I know, right?
Residents of St. James, once plagued by high crime rates, are experiencing a renewed sense of security. The police are hoping things will remain under control with Operation Storm 2 now in full effect. Details in this report.
As of May 10, the parish has recorded 20 murders, a substantial decrease from the 56 reported during the similar period last year. Additionally, shootings have declined from 50 to 24. Overall, major crimes have dropped from 146 to 77 year over year, marking a notable improvement in public safety.
It is interesting to note that the members of the community are so relieved by the peace that they are experiencing now. We prefer to know that proactively we can keep this country safe more than have to react to any incident. Let me use this medium to continue to encourage St. James and by extension, Jamaica. Tell us what...
Hey, me love what you say a while ago, officer. Proactively, we can keep this country safe. Prevention. Because you see, when I start seeing prevention, that is when I'm going to be impersonal. Right now, I'm seeing a cleanup. And... you know, I think, in my opinion, that the cleanup is violating people's constitutional rights. And I don't agree with it. I don't agree with it. The right to life, The man them need to see them there in a court, and I believe that some of these situations, if a body worn camera was to be there, trust me, a lot of police or some of them would be locked up in prison for a very, very long time. And it's just the truth. They are human beings. Human beings lie. You understand? But anyway, I digress.
What you know is about to happen. That is where we want to stamp and do what is necessary to keep the things from happening.
Zone Commander Inspector Peter Salke, who led the walkthrough of the various communities, noted that initiatives such as Operation Storm 2 aim to deter criminal activity and foster stronger relationships between law enforcement and residents.
We are all citizens, and you are those residents of this community. But all away, and we want to see Jamaica zero. That is where we don't want to go. Yeah, ambitious, but yeah, that is the ambition that I have. And that's why we come out in this mode for sure. You say, hey, every other aspect of policing is what we are going to do.
The St. James Police Division continues to encourage residents to remain vigilant and report any suspicious activities. Community involvement remains a cornerstone of the strategy to maintain and further improve safety across the parish. O'Shane Masters.
So my bad, y'all. The police, them a move around in the community, in their massive numbers, and I talk to who willing to talk to them. I'm not opposed to this community policing at all. They have to foster a better relationship with the people. It doesn't need to happen one place. The police them need to wear them body worn cameras either way. Regardless of these efforts, we still want the body worn cameras because we know that people are human beings and somebody will always go rogue. Just like how the police want to zero down crime, we want to zero down criminal policies. Yeah. We want them to know, say, yo, there's no place for you in the force. All right, we are, as the government, the people that pay you through our tax dollars, is not going to tolerate rogue police that are doing criminal activity by unaliving citizens wrongfully because they want to take the law into their own hands. Or they are being contracted to take the law into their own hands. Right? Yeah, those police, no. We don't support those police. The police that do their work by the letter of the law, I support those police. All right? I don't have a problem with police. I have a problem with the rogue police then. Yeah, those are the ones I have a problem with. All right? But let's continue.
TVJ News.
Prime Minister Andrew Holness is calling for a major revamp of the agriculture sector. Dr. Holness.
Jamaica. My people. Andrew Holness never know, say, the agricultural sector, they want to revamp from 9 years ago. He's calling for it. Who in a power? Who is in power? I don't feel like something wrong with him. I'm worried about him, you know. I'm worried about him. No, for real, Mary. Hear what the man say. The man say he's calling for a revamp of the agricultural sector. No, somebody have to go buy me a drink, yeah, man. God, it's all right. Stress me out. No, somebody cash up me. Yo, somebody buy me a drink. Hold on there. No, man, somebody buy me a drink. No, seriously. I need a drink. As a matter of fact, let me see if nobody say no, the cash up or the PayPal. No, man. Somebody buy me a drink there. No, this one here stress me out. And just say you want to revamp. What can go so, godson? Leonard say Bolo. Andrew on a part to rewrite history. Yo! Him are the leader for the country. What's up, Jennifer Hutchinson? What's going on, love? He is the one that is... Yo, you see when you... Alright, you see when you do 2 terms in power, you cannot come out and make a statement like that. There's a time and a season for everything under the sun. Mark Jolly, big up. No, you cannot do 2 terms in a power and then at the end of your second term, the agricultural sector actually needs a revamp, or you're calling for a revamp. That is something for the opposition to do. Because the opposition would be saying, no, listen, we have ideas, whoop-de-whoop-de-woo. But you were in power. For 9 years, 10 years, are you supposed to... The agricultural sector should be booming, bro. After 9 years, booming. Nobody don't even tell you, say, you have to build cold storage facility. Right? So the farmer, them not lose. You can just buy the product them from them and then you have them fresh same way and then you can sell them to the hotel or wherever. And you know, say the farmer, them get them good money same way and a bill and stay so. So you can encourage them to produce more because you have the storage. Right? Come on, man. Come on, man. No, the man not supposed to say this, brother. He's not supposed to say this. The man supposed to tell me, say, well, you know, we are on stage. This is what we have done with agriculture in the last 9 years. And we have produced this amount and we have exported this amount. But when you look on the numbers, they have imported more things. Our importation bill is way higher. It has actually skyrocketed past where it was for the previous administration. It gone way up. Like what Popcorn said, way up, yeah. It's not normal. It's not normal. It's almost there 200% from where it did there before. Dr. Dayton Campbell has talked about it. The importation bill is ridiculous. So all you know at the 9-year period, 10-year period is gonna say we need a revamp of the. So what you wanna do 9 year? Where's the productivity? Where's the export? Leprechaun Wagwan. Where's the export? Where is it, bro? Mighty God of Daniel. Why may I buy myself a drink, man? Because nobody now buy me.
Your revamp of the agriculture sector.
Oh,
Dr.
Lord.
Hanna says pushing for more long-term investments to further drive growth of the sector's growth. Shamila Pullen reports.
Speaking at the opening of the Caribbean Poultry Association's 8th International Symposium on May 13 at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel, the Prime Minister stressed the need for stronger collaboration between agriculture and tourism. Dr. Holness reiterated that visitors don't just want sunshine and beaches, they want to taste the food here too. The Prime Minister pointed to the
Ja! Rastafari. Yo, that brother are really different, bro. They don't just want the sunshine. They want to taste the food too. Duh! Oh, it's an epiphany. You never know this. Before you come into politics, this should be, you don't have to be bright. Listen to me. You don't have to be bright to know that the people that come to Jamaica for the food. You don't have to be bright. Common sense, brother. And therein lies the reason why I don't understand why there wasn't a greater focus on agriculture by the government. Agriculture produces so much for the local. No, that is why we don't never focus on it, because we can't control the local. Oh yeah, I understand. Maybe that's the reason. I'm just saying. I'm asking. I don't know. What do I know? What do I know? Lancelot say Andrew have no sense. Bridging, you're making a very compelling argument based off of me here right now. Me really, I wonder. Me, I wonder. Really wondering.
The poultry industry is a standout example, noting its success with long-term supply contracts as a model for sustainable farming.
So what's the benefit of, coming to Jamaica and then you're eating an American chicken? You want to get that genuine Jamaican experience, which includes a Jamaican chicken, if there's such a thing. But clearly there is. It's grown here, drinks our water, and, it's foreign feed, but even that we have to deal with. But the critical point here is that we must be able not only to feed our local population, but we should be able to feed 100% all the people who visit our islands.
Despite the challenges, Dr. Honus believes the poultry industry has done well over the years.
However, as we look towards the future, we must focus on the opportunity for continued development and self-sufficiency in food production. As we face challenges such as climate change and global supply chain disruptions, the need for local supply resilience and productivity.
Yo, me say me tired for hear the man use climate change as excuse, brother. Everywhere else have climate change problem and they have put things in place because they know climate change is a problem. He only talks about climate change, he uses it as a crutch to make excuse as to why they are where they are. While other countries have risen above the climate change problem. Economy, climate change, burial. Then when you look at other countries in the Caribbean, them actually, the economy grow after burial, ours don't grow. Now he's talking about agriculture, and it's the same thing. Well, go on, Roland McFarlane, big up yourself. Zine, Splash DJ, big up. The man continue to use it as an excuse. And it's so funny, because this live stream when I do with Lisa Hanna, are the same thing she talk about, the poultry, and the fact that you have a monopoly on the chicken, and only two major companies that make most of the money on the chicken because of them same one import the feeding, the ingredients to feed the fowl them, and them have the thing them and mix them up together and everything. You feel me, I say? Yo, Splash the G, man, I get, yo, where the man, yo, what's wrong with him, That's wrong with the man, dog. That's why sometimes I go on camera and everything, I'm literally infuriated, bro.
Activity has never been more important. The continued success of the poultry industry will require collaboration at all levels, within the industry, across governments, and with stakeholders in related sectors.
He says other farmers can adopt similar strategies to that of the poultry industry to unlock long-term investment and stability.
The model that has been developed and has worked so well in the poultry industry is that you give your farmers long-term supply contracts so they can make upfront the investment and know it will be secured in terms of the recovery of that investment over time. That safety and security in the investment is not given to tomato farmers or cash crop farmers, or it's just not there. And that's because there is no aggregator largely in those agricultural endeavors.
Shimela Pullen, TVJ News.
Labour and Social Security Minister Pernell Charles Jr. has commended the Industrial Disputes Tribunal, IDTA, for its continued role in promoting industrial harmony and fair labour practices across the island. Speaking at a recent press briefing, Minister Charles Jr. highlighted the tribunal's balanced and timely resolutions of dispute, which he said have helped to strengthen employer-employee relations and support economic stability.
When you think about labour disputes, and you hear someone say the Industrial Disputes Tribunal, it's almost as effective as speaking about the Privy Council because of the level of confidence that has been developed in the IDT.
The minister reaffirmed the government's commitment to supporting the IDT as part of its broader mission to ensure decent work and social dialogue in Jamaica. In the meantime, the minister is urging Jamaicans to exercise caution when pursuing overseas employment opportunities, particularly those not officially.
The operational illegal agencies, from what we saw from our observations, to be 93, down to now 49. And we are looking to get that down to 0. The ministry urges agencies to remain compliant, to protect job opportunities, and we continue to warn persons to be vigilant.
Vendors and customers are being promised more comfort and a shopping experience after the Spalding Market in Clarendon is being redesigned and renovated. The Spalding Market in Clarendon is set for renovation. Local Government Minister Desmond McKenzie toured the facility on Wednesday.
The ministry will be working closely with the Municipal Corporation in redesigning the framework for the market to make it much simpler, using the method that we have adopted in Buff Bay, in Portland, as a new concept for market, which is going to, eliminate the question of electricity costs, give more ventilation to vendors. I'm giving the team 3 weeks to complete the redesign and the submission so that we can commence whatever needs to be done.
As for the existing structure,
the other building which was started many years ago, we will engage the MC in what is possible. I understand some limited funding is available, but that funding can't do much. So again, once we have completed the assessment, then we will move to ensuring to see what we can do to do it.
And PNP Councillor for the Spalding Division, Trevor Gordon, welcomed the minister's visit, noting that he's looking forward to the plans for the market. In the meantime, Minister McKenzie said the government recognizes the importance of markets, which is why it has invested significantly.
Vending is critical, and especially in communities like Spalding's and the adjacent communities, a lot of people rely heavily on vending. The government, we started last year in my sectorial presentation where we spent a significant amount of money upgrading and improving markets. This year again, I intend to make further announcements just to advise the mayor that Maple Market.
Hey, Selena.
Amongst the market that will be slated for extensive repairs under the new program.
In the meantime, local government minister Desmond McKenzie.
I want to highlight what Mary Lizzie said. All of a sudden, everything is getting done. Exactly. Where was this activity 3 years ago? Eugene Thompson, long time don't say how you doing. Ubuntu. So this whole Jamaica Labour Party is just sickening. Lord of mercy. Anyway, let me hear them on the news.
McKenzie responded to concerns about plans for the Mandeville market. Now, Mandeville Mayor Donovan Mitchell recently suggested that the plans were shelved.
It's the silly season now, and everybody's looking relevant. So I am not prepared to talk about Mandeville market, because if the truth be told, those who are speaking need to speak up and say, what have we done prior for Mandeville market? And where is this elaborate design that we are talking about, that we have shelved? Ask them to produce it and send it, and then once they produce it, then we can have a conversation about it.
Councillor for the Morant Bay Division, Rosemary Shaw, is again calling for urgent attention to be given to the Bamboo River Bridge as well as the Bamboo River Gully. Speaking at the recent meeting of the St. Thomas Municipal Corporation monthly meeting, Ms. Shaw said with the hurricane season less than a month away,
for that area alone to have two serious problems. If a little rain falls the situation would be catastrophic. I don't know what to do again. I spoke with National Works Agency, the parish manager, who said not to be able to can do much. He said he would speak with the regional officer. I'm sure that they're in touch with my superintendent here because it's a parochial role.
Guys, please hit the like button for me.
But
Thank you.
the bridge is the National
Let's
Works
get to
Agency.
200 likes. Thank you.
She is blasting the
Marley,
National Works
Wagwan.
Agency for not doing its job.
I remember the last time there was a big roar with the cleaning of the gully with popcorn and it was stopped and whatever. And I continue to say, state agency not living up to their responsibility. You have to call on the dance and everybody and what to do to come and save the can because some of them probably have the money. And I don't.
Wow. So the works agency is not cleaning the drains. And Popcorn had cleaned the drains and there was a big hullabaloo about it. So now she's saying the way how they are being incompetent, they better the dance them come or whoever have the money come do it because if a little rain fall in brother in the area. I've seen that area because she had spoken about it on her social media, Miss Shaw. It's really in a terrible state. I don't know why them taking so long. I chew man a long time, man. I don't know why them taking so long to me know say a bigs man. I don't know why them taking so long to deal with the situation, honestly. You know what I mean? Hey, thank you, Diana. Good, big up yourself as well.
No apologies for this inside here this morning. If the state agency is not prepared to do that, we're opening up ourselves to all sorts of things.
It's time for a break. Stay with us, more stories when we return.
Wow. Sorry, my bad. My bad. So, yeah. So with chicken, the monopoly of chicken in Jamaica, the chicken industry, poultry industry, there's a lot of money in it. A lot of money, and if it was evenly distributed amongst the people of Jamaica, you know, we would see over thousands of multi-millionaires being born in a very short period of time. Give them 2-3 years, it's over. I'm talking about in the 50 million category per year in terms of profit if it was distributed properly. The chemicals that they're using in pesticides, very harmful. Wait a minute. The other live end, thank God. I'm glad it ended. Because I didn't think it would end. You know. What else? There's something else that I forgot. Hold on, the people. I didn't talk about the 2 other young ladies that were raped by, and I have to find that story, you know, because it did come on the news. Yeah, it did come on TVJ News. Let me find that story. My God.
Return.
My God. Let me find that story. Very disturbing. Very, very disturbing. Gianna Ellis. Oh, Giovanni Ellis. Was it CVM the news came on, guys? The story about the 2 young ladies that was raped by a sex offender that was released. You know what? Oh, sorry, my bad. I know where to find it. a lot of the times them is the other content creators them have to lean upon, you know, to find these clips, you know. Yeah. I think Andre had played it.
We have.
No, I hear him again.
Mega ask again.
Piss me off.
Wrong with her
Here we
girls.
go. Here we go. This is it.
19
This
and
is it.
110.
Big up Andre Steve.
When they send out your
19 and 110.
As a matter of fact, it's not Spanish Town, it's Old Harbor.
Mm-hmm.
And the community is calling for the release of the sex offenders registry.
Yes. Yes.
Listen to what happened to these two little girls.
Oh,
living in a cruel world.
Andy Bram. So I did a live stream before this one. Watch that. Can't go over all of it. Please go ahead. The one just before this one, this same thumbnail. Watch that. All right, watch that. Lisa and I dropped some bombshells and about the poultry industry, and I had to share. So watch that one. All right. I did come over to the front part of this live. I spoke about it as well, but we're going into some other things now, Zane. So yeah, listen to this now.
And the kids them not safe. When you send out your kids go school, all you have to do a pray to Father God to carry them back home safe.
Another family, another young life scarred. This time it's 9 and 10-year-old sisters who've been reportedly sexually assaulted and raped. The open dirt road with bushy backdrop here in Tedford, Old Harbour, St. Catherine provided the perfect cover for the 35-year-old man accused of carrying out the vicious act. The girl's mother explained that it happened last week Wednesday as the nation celebrated Teachers' Day.
Normally, them father would bring them to school and pick them up, but not even the day never know say school are over so early. And school over was 11 o'clock school over here. And when them take 3 shortcut, because they normally come 3 shortcut too, the man stop them. The man start the his pass, the man act pen, you know. And when them walk go straight, the man like take a curve and come round and did a question them and hold on upon them and tell them say any of them scream, him will kill them.
She explained how she found out something was terribly wrong with her girls.
When they come from school, you see them make case and come in the house and me see a chimble and she make case and say, Mommy, lock your door. And me say, I'm take. And I say, Mommy, one man rape me down there, so one man rape me and rape. I did have a dream before all of this happened where I see a little girl I get raped in the dream. It was May the 5th and this took place with my niece the 8th of May where the little girl I get raped by the man and something. So you see when I see it happening in a real life, it did shape me up. May I tell you God Almighty truth, because I say, Father God, may I give God thanks in our midst, like not many God the road here and come back for tell it you.
Now, as for the accused, the girl's mother explained how she's been able to identify him.
In Japan, in voter's ID and in backyard. He's not from here. Somebody bring him come here. He's a female, meet him online and bring him come here. So he's not actually from here, so we don't really know him.
Residents in the area say the accused was released from prison last year for a similar crime. The caretaker says the persons are insisting for more drastic action from the justice system against sex offenders.
If these people from Thetford knew that this man had done something like this in the past, then they would have been very, very careful of him, and they probably would have sent him on his way back to where he was coming from, and this incident would not have happened. Also, I think we need to look at the amount of time we give these people and what kind of treatment we give them, because I honestly think that, you know, this is most likely a mental disorder that these perpetrators have, right? And I think that when we catch them and we lock them up, then we need some form of therapy or medication or something.
Meanwhile, the girls have not been back to school since the ordeal.
They not eat. As how they eat, but they not sleep. They sleep as much as they can. But you can see a big one sometimes you can zone out like myself, yeah. But they not cry. They not sit down and cry.
A senior police officer has confirmed the incident and says the police are investigating. Krista Campbell, TVJ News.
So, Tickers, You hear that story there? What do you think about the sex offender registry list? No, man, listen to me. Prevention we are talking about, you know. The prevention. You understand what I say? The man is a sex offender in a prison. Where come from, you know? Well, that can be yes or no. But the way they must say is that we need to have the list out so when them type of people enter in our area, the people them alerted. Say, yo, this man is a sex offender. Keep a close eye on your kids them. Don't, you know, so as a matter of fact, I feel like say there needs to be restrictions where they're not supposed to run a school. Oh, so you have somebody where do it on TikTok. But illegal, you know. You go against the constitutional rights in Jamaica, you know. Yeah. Yeah, me understand. Yeah. Okay. So you have people, but as me say, you know, legal still. It's against the constitution for do it. You see in America? No, that is supposed to do as a woman. As a woman that is entering in a relationship, right? You guys have to protect your children. Especially, well, in a them time your children period, because all the son them will get violated. Two are going to world now, because I fish them out. So, as a parent, you have to protect your children them on an extra level. If you don't want to in a one relationship, somebody say one injection. Death penalty is someone say. If you want to protect your kids them, whether you're a man or a woman, because you never know, you're a sick woman out there too. Yo, you want to go in a relationship, you can't have them around you. You can't have them around you, I'm sorry. Can't have them around your pitney. Yeah, man. Yeah, true. True. So people, what I mean Andrew have to say about this? Because me not total agreement. The sex offender registry list needs to be out. Needs to be out. Oh, and by the way, I put out a video about Isaac Buchanan, you know. Let me see if that video. Nobody know watch your video. Lord have mercy. One of most of people. 5 hours ago, I drop that, you know. Nobody know watch your video. I'm going to drop a link in the chat. I want to hear what Isaac Buchanan has to say about the sex offender registry list. He did a live stream about it and me catch one part. So I just screen record it and I drop it in. See? I just drop a link a while ago. I want to go check out that video there for me. See? Yeah, man, check out that video there. Back to this. For me, this only, I am very angry at the reactionary stance of the government. That's what I'm angry about. Them too reactionary. Right? Because we have said, bro, the people have been a call for this. We've been a call for the sex offender registry list. Been a call for it. We need real solid leaders who listen to the people and give the people what they want. The will of the people. Like the man we have on the screen right now. You understand what I say? A them type of leader that we need. Where am there? Oh yeah, I'm there. Oh sorry, my bad. Sorry, not Pastor Goodsmady, but I'm not him talking. This is the man I'm talking, people. Those are the type of leaders we need. This is the man we need. The man with this man type of spirit. This man type of energy towards him people. Remember, you know, Ibrahim walked away from presidency, you know. And the people them say, brother, you are not going nowhere. the people of Burkina Faso said, literally, you're not going anywhere. All right? You are our leader, and that is it. Argument done. He did what he was supposed to do, spend the time he was supposed to spend, and walked away from it. He never got richer after being the president of Burkina Faso. He got paid the same salary that he was being paid the entire time as a man of the army. But the people of his country are thriving under this man's rulership and wisdom. People of Burkina Faso are thriving. This is the type of leader that we need. All right? Let's hear more. In this case, God boy, rough. How this? Oh. How should I call?
I'll start the argument that those at Bradley Avenue argue is rubbish. Remember, he said, what I'm speaking about is rubbish.
Yeah.
I'll start the argument tonight to say, had the community, had the offenders registry been made public, people would have known that that man had a previous history.
Of course.
People would have known, Jamaica, that that man had a previous history. Another 9 and 10-year-old. But what they don't want you to know is also the facts, Jamaica. Between January 1, 2023 and May 12, 2025, 3,014 sexual offenses acts were committed.
Wow.
January 1, 2023 to May 12, 2025. And of those 3,014 acts that were committed, 2,154 were committed against children. Look at that startling facts tonight.
So hold on.
Plus
3,014 acts were committed during that time of sexual abuse. So the people them who commit the sexual abuse them and the sexual assaults, children is 2/3 the target that they target. My God. 2/3, you know? What is the police force and the government doing about this? Prevention. They have a role to play. Parents, what are you doing to prevent this from happening? Are you too trusty with who keeps your children? Is the school trustworthy enough? Is the individuals in the school vetted properly? Like you have a man where support the JLP where head of school board, them slackness there, right? Are they vetted, qualified? Do they have the integrity? You know what I mean? Their background, check, everything. This statistic right here should make everybody shiver. 2,000 plus children out of 3,014. As a matter of fact, it's more than 2/3 when you look at the number. It's a little bit over 2/3 of the amount of children, of people that are away from the top of your head. He looks like you know, Bolo. Hey, man, that's a compliment right there, man. Hey, that's a compliment right there. Shout out to my brother Ibrahim Troy, man. Salute. All right. Yes, sir. That is a compliment, Sassy. Sassy just made my day, y'all. Damn, she said I look like Ibrahim Troy. Lord of mercy. Lord of mercy. Shout out to you, Sassy. But back to this. 2,154 is more than 2/3 of 3,014. This is really, really bad.
Plus those that are not reported.
Oh my God. Talk about it, Andre. You know how much people in the report today get molested? Children and otherwise. So this number, you can safely say, is almost doubled. What? Because of the lunch, hey man!
Let me repeat it. Of the 3,014 acts committed, 2,154 were committed against our children between January 1, 2023 and May 12, 2025.
In a list I want January 2023 and May 12, 2025. That I want 1 year and add. So you tell me say 2,154 people get assaulted sexually out of 3,114. So the man them attack the pitney them way more than they are attacking the big woman them. Cheese and peas are big people them. My God. Yes. Yes. That one, yes.
If you see this kind of alarming statistics, let me give you more in the statistics. This isn't just data, it represents violated lives, stolen childhood, and profound trauma inflicted on our most vulnerable. Superintendent Bailey said, while recent data shows a decline with 333 cases reported so far this year compared to 527 of the similar year in 2023, even one case remains a cause for concern. Jamaica, you're going to tell me with all of these facts presented by the government, with the reality of so many broken, traumatic children in our country, the government decides to still make the sex offenders registry private? And if I recall, the Prime Minister just made a pronouncement he wants to review. He just made that a clickbait because of the present situation.
Exactly.
The Minister of Justice, have you heard him saying anything about it?
Not at all. I know they'll write about me more.
Since the death of the child, since this has happened, I am sure no one has heard Delroy Chuck.
Not even one word out of mouth from the Justice Minister.
Have you heard Delroy Chuck utter a word about
Nobody
what is happening
hear from him.
Against the children of this country?
Nobody not hear from him, Andrew.
And you're the Minister of Justice.
Wow.
You are the Minister of Justice. And then those on Bradley Avenue say it is rubbish. It is rubbish for many of them on Bradley because they know who they have to protect. When you see people on national radio can denounce the argument that we have failed our children, we as a society have failed our children. We have failed our children, Jamaica. We have failed our children. Media has failed the children. Because if media has these statistics, it is the duty of the media, Jamaica, to present these statistics and then do what? Advance advocacy for changing of government policy decisions. Let me say it again. Let me say it again. It is the work of the media to do the investigative journalism, present the facts, and use their voices and their platforms.
Quite so.
To shift public opinion, Courtney.
Of course.
Because we have the power. If you have the dominion, even over 500 people listening to you, it is your responsibility to change and change public opinion. But no, you are all caught up in ad hominems to attack people about frowns in the bedroom. But not looking at the facts that many children in this country are becoming traumatized by the reality. Can you imagine, Courtney? 2,154 children in our country.
That's all more, brother. That's all more.
2,154. And media silent.
What am I telling?
254 and the Office of the Children's Advocate just reactive. So that man is now on the run.
Anybody don't know him? Let's see.
No, they have him because they have the ID. Him drop the national ID. But Jamaica, too much cover-up happening in this country for far too long. I mean, I know if nobody not fed up. But when I look at these statistics, Jamaica, when I look at these statistics, it is there.
Ball out! Whoa, yo, yo, yo. We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
It's dangerous, people of Jamaica. It's traumatizing. And it is worrying. I ask you tonight, Jamaica. I'm going to ask you tonight how we as a nation and how we as a team of people who believe in changing Jamaica are going to sit down and let these people continue. I wish that all of those mothers whose children has been affected could stand together, even for 5 days, a week, right in front of Parliament building, right in front of Jamaica House, right in front of the Ministry of Justice. What are the reasons why the offenders registry can't be made public? What are they hiding? Who are they protecting? Who are they protecting? Who are they hiding? Almost 3,000 children in the last 2 years have been violated sexually. And nothing has come out of it by this country and this government. And we are just reactive in our ways. Nobody is talking about Kelsey again, you know. No one is talking about Kelsey, you know.
So,
Courtney, no one is talking about Kelsey, you know. Not even 9, 4. No advocacy again about the offenders registry, you know. It is business as usual for them. And I am sure if we never heard about these 2 other young ladies who were violated, it's done. No longer talked about. But Jamaica, I will continue using my voice and my platform. And until the day I see the registry opened, I can say this is a new shift in the paradigm of the Jamaican culture. And I'm going to say to you, you know, sexual violation is just not recent. It is something from our post-colonial times. And it has taken precedence over the years. A lot of women who are seniors now, a lot of boys who are seniors now, are even grandfathers and uncles and nephews, or nieces or aunts. If you listen to what happened to them with their uncle and them stepfather and them father and them pastors, many women in this country suffer in silence.
True.
Now is the time, Jamaica. Jamaica, now is the time. Now is the time, Jamaica. For us as a people, for us as a nation, for us as a democracy, to stand up against sexual predators and sexual violence, sexual legionic demons. Until then, Jamaica is something that we must talk about. We must talk about it, Jamaica. And if we don't talk about it, and Jamaica, I'm sorry I can't go to court to get a first-hand perspective of what is happening in the courthouse with the Donaldson case. I'm seeing where lawyers and media are already trying to create a narrative. I don't think you heard about it today, Courtney. That taxi driver may be the culprit in Dusty Donaldson's disappearance. What can go so? The passport she took, let me make it publicly clear. If you recall, she had taken her passport because the passport was for her to go and collect money at MoneyGram from her father in Bahamas. You guys don't remember that part? Jury, context matters. Do not become caught into this argument for what? Reasonable doubt, you know. That is what the defense is trying to create in the mind of the jury. Their jury. What do you mean by I can't discuss the case? So all media discuss the case. All media discuss the case. It's everywhere in the media. So all not tell me so me can't discuss the case.
Mighty God.
Which taxi man? Which taxi man, Courtney? It's a sad thing in this country, you know. Which taxi man? I'm gonna ask again. Which taxi man? Me see everybody discuss this case. As the crack, I can tell you now. This case now done no time soon enough with me. This case now done no time soon. But can you imagine? Already Christopher Townsend at Mount Defense we come say the disappearance of Donnelly could have been because of a all right, tell me the taxi.
Oh, this.
Mr. Townsend. Oh. Mr. Townsend, no amount of defense you put up for that one, Mr. Townsend. The passport correct enough, Whitney, because she had taken her passport. Where you use to go take up money and MoneyGram? No passport, national ID, or driver's license. I want to hear about the blood pan the couch when them reach that part there. I want to know about the blood pan the couch. I want to know about the couch we clean down a Lindus Road. I want to know about the 4 hours of meeting camera footage. I want to know what Noel did I take out of the apartment the night. Lord Jesus. Jamaica, let us keep. I want to know about the truck driver we send company something them. And then he said the coach heavy. You remember the vice note them put me? Coach them heavy.
Hey.
So when I hear Townsend I come, Christopher Townsend, no amount of reasonable doubt. Yeah, try create. Jury, keep focus. Jury. Remember now, our father is dead now. Donald's father dead now in a question. Donald's father died of a broken heart.
How so much parents?
Donald's father died of a broken heart.
How so much parents?
Where is the BMW? The black BMW? How did the BMW disappear, Courtney?
Come like this phone.
What was in the BMW? How it disappeared? Did the BMW have evidence? Did the BMW have stains? Where is the security guard, Courtney? Is the security guard one of those in the tree that is going to testify from overseas?
People afraid to ask questions about case. I never hear them as yet. In a Jamaica,
so when the media come play a story about Donnelly.
No, but in a free press, if the media can push out a narrative in a free press, why is it Why is it the people them can't open up about what them think about the case? Me never hear them sitting here yet. Wagwan Mohammed Hussein. Me not understand the Wagwan in Jamaica right now. It does not make no sense. Wagwan in Jamaica right now. With the media and the narrative them what them are about. You see me? It don't make no sense. It don't make no sense, sir.
So when the media come play a story about Donna Lee, man confirm that Donna Lee took, they must also confirm the full story. You see how the media can set up people Jamaica? Because she have to admit in a court that the daughter took the pass.
We are the party for the people. We are the party for the poor. We are not here to make the rich richer. We come to give help and strength to the masses and the poor people of this country. Comrades, we're going to give strength to the people through a massive land titling program across the constituency. Too many of our people in Southeast St. Mary have lived on lands for years and generations, and they don't have a title in their hands to say, I man, I woman own this place. I am going to fix that. Comrades, we're going to work with the new PMP government led by Mark Jefferson Golden to establish an industrial zone in the Fort George Road area. We will give incentives for agro-processing and light manufacturing businesses to set up their operations in this area. This will create jobs and move us and our people from hustling to having more, and from begging to building, and from handout to industry. Comrades, we have already identified 3 sets of lands with Comrade Floyd Morris, and we will be constructing housing development on these lands for the first time in many years under the People's National Party. Comrades, we're going to fix up and clean up and beautify the towns of Richmond and Anata Bay, and use their strong cultural history to create heritage tourism villages. We're going to position and package both the Castleton Gardens as well as the Scottsdale Maroons as the ecotourism and cultural tourism hub of Southeastern St. Mary. We're going to launch a Youth in Agriculture grant program and give young people fresh cash to build businesses in agriculture. Comrades, we're going to execute a modernization campaign within our road, water, and communications infrastructure so that we can move Southeastern St. Mary from the poorest in the parish to a model constituency nationally. Let us write a new chapter together for Southeastern St. Mary. So if you are ready for change, comrades, wave your flag. If you are ready for Mark Jefferson Golden, wave your flag. If you are ready for a victory of the People's National Party, wave your flag. And comrades, I want to welcome to the podium at this time the man who is going to be our next Prime Minister of Jamaica. I want you to welcome Comrade Mark Jefferson Golden, President of the PNP and future Prime Minister of Jamaica. One love.
I am giving you a warning. representing from our Golden, aka Marky G. Yeah, them not bad like we. Now them know we. Them just see we. Yeah man, pan on TV. Zaga, Z.
One Marky G. Boy, people, it's been a long day. It's been a long day, but look on St. Mary, turn up, bang, to bang, to bang, to bang, to bang, to bang, to bang. No bank no left, you know. The whole of the bank, them full off, you know.
Easy selector. Boy, the vibe's nice in another bay tonight. Make sure so this microphone alright, you know. This mic not sound too right to me at all. Where the next mic?
Why the man them up a set me on a can disappoint with the
What the next mic?
How would sound this?
Wow.
What a mash up Marky G.
Sound a little better now.
What them a deal with Marky G? You right thing.
Yeah, alright.
Yeah man, you're good.
Comrade Chairman, Comrade McLeod, Comrade MP.
You need to take down some of the tapping off.
For Central St. Mary.
You need to take down some of that.
Mine, you know.
Yeah man, careful. One Marky G.
What the next mic?
No sabotage. Careful. What am I deal with? What am I deal with?
That mic, yeah.
Mic then I go on good Marky G.
Go on talking on the mic. Alright, I'm going to try it again.
Yeah man, do you right thing.
Comrade Dr. Morris guy. You worship the mayor. Yeah. Yeah man, I'm going to use this mic. Candidates for Western, Omar Woodbine. Central, Omar Newell. Comrade councillors, comrade councillor candidates, and the man of the movement, the man who just delivered a wonderful speech for his future constituents when he becomes the next member of parliament for Southeast St. Mary, Comrade Christopher Brown. Give him a round of applause. Comrades, we've had a wonderful day today in Southeast St. Mary. The crowd was out and about with us in a massive motorcade. And we give thanks to the Most High God that we never had any serious issues on the motorcade. And that everybody seems to be all right. And we give thanks for that. Comrades, I want to big up all the workers and warriors of the People's National Party here in Southeast St. Mary. You are the ones who are going to deliver the victory that your party needs and that Jamaica needs. You are the ones who are putting in the work, and you are the ones who will ensure that Christopher Brown is there beside me as I walk up Duke Street and enter Garden House and take my seat as the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Christopher Brown is a man of action. Christopher Brown is an established and an accomplished professional here in Jamaica. He is somebody who people can look up to and people can have confidence in. I am impressed with how he has gone about the business of establishing himself as the leading candidate in the constituency. The man has been a political operative for many years. He knows what needs to be done, and he goes about doing it with great energy and fervor. And the people are responding to him, and the people say, yes, Chris, you are the one we want because you can deliver good representation for us here in Southeast St. Mary. Just today, the man established a new first up in Enfield, where I had the honor and privilege of opening the office for the People's National Party for the community of Enfield, the first of its kind. Chris Brown is delivering already, and him don't even get elected yet. And the man has successfully shown up, the MP, a man who is a junior minister of government, and a man who was unable to address the issue of the road to the hospital. And the patients were suffering, and the staff at the hospital were suffering. And they reached out, and Chris Brown, with his ingenuity and his energy and his initiative, put together the resources somehow. I don't know how he did it, and was able to put the road that the people needed. And then you see the MP, Mr. Johnny come lately, arrive on the scene and go on like him have something to do when the work has already been done. Well done, it done do already. You don't get embarrassed already though, Mr. Dunn. Chris Brown, your sample. Keep on doing what you're doing. Whether it be north, south, east or west, the man have to follow back at you because you have set the trend. And the people then say, yes, Chris Brown, take it to them. Take it to them, Chris Brown. Comrades, today was a big day for Jamaica and a big day for the People's National Party. Today, the Constitutional Court handed down a very important ruling, a landmark ruling in the history of this country. They established that we were right all along when we said that the states of emergency that they had been using as a routine tool of policing was unlawful and unconstitutional. We had been resisting that because we knew that the role of a state of emergency under the Constitution was a very singular role. It was there to ensure when the state was under threat of subversion and the democratic order of the country was under threat to be overthrown, there was a mechanism under the Constitution to save the country from that kind of destabilization. But Andrew Holness had been wrongly advised, no doubt, and proceeded over a period from 2018 through to 2023 to have the Governor General declare over 20 states of emergency in Jamaica. Some of those states of emergency covered several parishes at once. Thousands of young Jamaicans were apprehended under the state of emergency. Many of them lost their jobs. Many of them were criminalized by their association in the detention center with others who were there. And it did not have the impact on the crime rate and the murder rate that the government was saying it would. And it is only after the People's National Party under my leadership took a strong position and said, no, we are sworn to uphold and defend the Constitution of Jamaica, and we will not vote for these bogus states of emergency which are being used as a normal policing tool. You must come with the proper crime plan and crime strategy. And we prevented them from going any further with the states of emergency. And it is after we stood up that they started to do what we said all along should be done. Using intelligence, focusing on apprehending criminals and prosecuting them through proper police techniques. And we have seen some results, and I want to commend the Commissioner of Police again and his team for the improvement we've seen over the last year or so. And the court today unanimously ruled that what we had said was indeed correct. And all of those states of emergency declared by the Andrew Holness-led government were unconstitutional, null, and void.
Marcus Garvey, big up on the surfer up on the life, you know. One love here. There, man, there. The life, hey, Mr. My phone get some attack today. Be overheat, my phone overheat. And that's why the live is so cut off, you know.
Some of them are going to charge for corruption.
Remember that, the man.
When the right time come.
That is it. Tell them, man.
And I hear they saying now. Sorry, man, I'm a little hoarse today. I hear them saying now that they're going to appeal. Well, if they don't accept the correctness of the decision, that is their right. But I'm confident of the justness and the correctness of the position that we have taken all along. And we will take it as far as it needs to go in order to protect the rights and interests of the Jamaican people and uphold and defend the constitutional freedoms guaranteed by the Charter of Rights in the Constitution. Comrades, we are on a mission, and we are on a mission to address the very real challenges and issues facing the people of this country. We see the problems in the education system. We see the high levels of absenteeism from school because many people, many mothers, many families struggle to find lunch money for their children. They struggle to find bus fare for their children to go to school and come back, or taxi fare. And we have come with a commitment. We are going to ensure that our needy children will get at least one hot, nutritious meal at school every day, whether it be in primary or secondary school, because that is in keeping with the philosophy of the People's National Party. We will ensure that we provide a subsidy to families in need so that they can get a little help with the cost of transportation for their children to go to school in rural Jamaica. And we are committed to that, starting with 20,000 families and expanding that as the economy improves. And we are committed to the First in Family program because we know that education is the antidote to intergenerational poverty. And if you are from a family where no one in your household has ever been to a tertiary institution before, and you qualify for that institution as the first in your family to do so, the People's National Party government will give you a full scholarship to attend that institution so you can uplift yourself and uplift your family and uplift your community and uplift your nation.
Hey, I one thing with Set me and I play with the music, you know. Hey, Marky G, in my work.
Yes, my people. And when it comes to housing, we see that under the Jamaica Labour Party, the houses which have been built have been houses for those who can afford expensive houses. Houses of $30 million and up. But there's a huge unfulfilled demand for affordable housing in this country. And I said to Professor Senator Floyd Morris, we are going to work together to deliver 50,000 affordable houses to the people of Jamaica in our first term of office of 5 years.
Over my head. All them Marky G, all them PMP.
And we're going to restore the National Housing Trust, an institution created by Michael Joshua Manley for the upliftment of the workers of this country. We're going to restore it to its true purpose, We're going to end the taking of $11.4 billion a year, which has been going on now for the last 9 years and even before. We're going to stop doing that so that the National Housing Trust can deliver on its mandate. We're going to establish a fund of $1 million per annum, $1 billion per annum within the National Housing Trust for any youngster up to 35 years who needs help with a deposit to pay down on a house. If they are contributed to the fund for 2 years or more, they will be eligible for a $500,000 grant so they can get on the ownership ladder and start moving forward in life. And if you are somebody who doesn't get a pay slip every month because you are self-employed or you're hustling or you're just making money through an informal employer, and you can't prove your income, so you can't qualify for the mortgage, we're going to have the rent-to-own scheme for you so that you can go into the house as a tenant. And after 6 months, if you're paying the rent and you're paying on time, we will treat that as being proper establishment of your ability to pay, and we will treat that as proof of income, and you can draw down on your mortgage and move from being a tenant to being an owner and pay the mortgage instead of the rent. The People's National Party is a progressive movement of the people of Jamaica. We're going to look about the interests of persons with disabilities. My father, Professor Sir John Golding, was Jamaica's first orthopedic surgeon. He established the Mona Rehabilitation Center, which after his death in 1996, P.J. Patterson renamed the Sir John Golding Rehabilitation Center. It's the only center of its kind in the English-speaking Caribbean. I grew up around persons with disabilities, and I'm committed to improving the lot of the people of this country who have a disability. It is the People's National Party who enacted the Disabilities Act, and we are going to make sure it delivers for the people of Jamaica. We will be establishing a fund of $1 billion to help persons with disabilities to step up in life. We're going to deal with things like sidewalks and other assistive aids and other things that will make their life more accessible, and they will be able to enter the mainstream of society and live a decent life. And for the youths, the creative youths, the youths who can DJ or sing, the youths who can do graphic design, the youths who can do beautiful paintings or drawings, the youths who are sound engineers and want to step up in the music industry or the entertainment industry, we're establishing a special fund of $1 billion for the creative and cultural industry so you can get support to buy a piece of equipment or to do whatever it is you need to do to move to the next level as a creative person in this country, because we know that brand Jamaica is built on the creative brilliance of our people, and it is man like Bob Marley and Peter Tosh and Bonnie Wheeler and Burning Spear and Dennis Brown and Gregory Isaac and DJ like the great Super Cat and so many others that have built brand Jamaica, and we have much more talent in the country to come, and we have to give them the full support.
Got tired facing me face, can't get me out of the race.
And comrades, most importantly, we have to build a government that is based on a strong moral foundation. The people of this country are tired of the Alibaba and his 40 thief government. They're tired of the 28 bank accounts and the millions, hundreds of millions of dollars moving around, and a man in charge of the government whose integrity commission declarations cannot be certified for several years now. A man who is taking the integrity commission to court to strike down that law and to strike down the offense for which he is being investigated. And the other 7 of them make 8 under investigation for illicit enrichment. And the Jamaica Labour Party has the gall to say that they're going to run again to represent Jamaica and to govern Jamaica. What can go so? the next PNP government will burn out all hanky-panky business. We have to be upright and correct in how we deal with the people's money. It is there for the people, not for friend and company. We are going to be zero tolerant in our approach to those issues. And we are going to look about constitutional reform, not in the way that the Labour Party has pursued it, where they have this committee, which they have appointed most of the people on the committee. And the committee is not really taking serious note of the issues of the people raised in the various town hall meetings, because the government had its own agenda all along as to what it intended to do. And the first port of call in any constitutional reform must be to ensure that our people have access to justice and have access to a final court where they can get to the court without having to be a multimillionaire, and they don't need any visa to go to the court. Time for the Caribbean Court of Justice to become Jamaica's final court of appeal. It is long enough now from slavery days coming up. Our people have not had access to a final court unless they have some lawyer in England prepared to do the case for them for free, or they happen to be a multimillionaire. That is not right, comrades. That should be a prominent part of any constitutional reform. It cannot be phase 2. It has to be phase 1. So we are going to go and reopen the whole issue, because there are many things that the people of Jamaica want to see. They want to see our political class being held accountable through a mechanism of impeachment. They want, if you have a delinquent member of parliament who isn't doing anything, you don't have to wait for the end of 5 years. You can have recall if enough of the electors say him not do nothing. We have to come away. We have to get rid of him. We can recall him. They want a mechanism like that as well.
Everyone is crying out for peace. You remember good? Marky Chia stand up on him 10 toes. Love it. Hold them, Marky G. St. Mary, stand up. Don't run no joke election here. Make sure so no. Clean sweep.
Can you imagine? They have brought a bill to Parliament, and that bill is going to reconfigure the Senate. Right now, since 1962, the government of the day can't pass any piece of legislation or any resolution or motion that requires 2/3 without getting the opposition on board, because no government has 2/3 in the Senate. They have brought a bill to change that, so that now the opposition will no longer be able to block a resolution or motion that requires a 2/3 majority. And they're going to have a president, if they get their way, who the ultimate person to appoint that president is the Prime Minister. And that president, who will be somebody who the Prime Minister wants, will be able to appoint 3 senators who no doubt will also be persons who the Prime Minister wants. And then you could have a situation where a state of emergency could go on and on and on, and everybody would be at risk if it were to be abused, because they would be able to ensure that it is extended and extended, because the opposition would have no power to block it. And that is what this government has brought as constitutional reform. We don't support it, comrades. We don't support any mechanism which would allow the government of the day to rule like a dictator over the people. The People's National Party believes in participatory democracy. We believe that the people must be represented and protected by the Constitution, and we will always stand up for justice in this country, because that is the way of our party, from Norman Manley days coming right through to Iman, Marky G, Mark Jefferson Golding. So comrades, my voice is a little hoarse tonight, as you can hear, but the message I'm telling you, and the message I'm trying to impart to you tonight, is that the next PNP government is what Jamaica needs at this time. We'll be dealing with some of the real issues confronting our nation. We'll be providing new opportunities for our people. We'll be changing the system to give the people a proper chance. We'll be dealing with infrastructure. with proper road maintenance programs on an ongoing basis. This government has abandoned road work and road maintenance for 9 years and allowed the most deplorable conditions all over the country, including here in St. Mary, in Southeast, where the roads are in such poor condition. And we are going to have a proper preventive maintenance program, which we will fund year in, year out, and get the road network back up to a proper condition. And we're going to ensure that water is a priority, and where we can bring water to the people. God has now given, through technology, we can generate solar energy to drive water pumps, to pump and distribute water to where it's needed. And you know, Jamaica is not short of water, but we have a terrible problem with distribution of water. And the next PNP government is going to tackle that problem in a very serious way, because we know that that is what the people want, and that is what our duty to deliver what the people want and need. So comrades, I want to close again by saying to you, please don't be distracted by the propaganda and the lies. Don't be distracted by the gimmicks. Don't be distracted by the little money that they might want to run to try and buy you out to do what they want. We have a serious issue coming up in this election, and we have to get over that hurdle so that Jamaica can get back on track with a government that the people can have trust in and that will look about the people's interests. You in St. Mary have 3 excellent young candidates in whom I am well pleased. Businessmen, men who understand how to get things done, men who are here to serve the people and who will do what the people need and represent you well. And so I ask all of you tonight, are you ready to deliver a victory for us, the People's National Party, here in Southeast? Are you ready for Christopher Brown to enter Parliament beside Marky G when we form government? Comrades, you look good, you sound good, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart for being part of this wonderful evening. And I say to you, keep the fire burning. The struggle must continue. We will have victory when the time comes. One love, comrades. God bless you all. Power to the people. Power to the people, I say. Power to the people. The word is love.
St. Mary of Marky G was in vice. The energy in St. Mary no normal. St. Mary ready for vote out. Hey, a clean sweep, you know? A clean sweep. Outside. Remember me telling that. It's good to see. There are people that are serious. They want to keep Marky G's speech, understand, and the situation, you know? In a St. Mary, you understand? The candidates that are there, they are well organized. I mean, you say, them really together, you know, and that's a good thing because the work that needs to be done in St. Mary, you understand, to take St. Mary into 2025 and beyond is a very serious work. And them already have a foundation in terms of, you know, the culture in a St. Mary, and just the infrastructure to generate more income. And them have the ideas them, so yo, wanna tell more on the town, I want to hear from the most. And even the outsiders them as well, wanna just storm up the comment section. You see what I say? No joke. People may have something funny, you know, but I don't know where. Other live, I may have all this and I got in it. So give me a second. Two life never do one time. Just because me just reach home, man. As me said, the live, yeah. John, the live, yeah. My phone overheat and I couldn't find back the live. You know, everything scrambled up on the phone. Normally I could go back in and, you know. So yeah. So part time. All right, my people, we are back. We are back. Yeah, man, we are back, you know? No joke, we are back. We're back. All right, you know, I have to go record this thing on whenever they get for record. Yeah, man, I got to go on and on. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's your brother Bolo VNR, and Lisa Hanna bring up something very, very important, you know. She bring up something very, very important, you understand? And so I'm going to start it off. Before we go to Lisa Hanna, this kind of tie into the similar issues when it come out to food security, so check this out.
And welcome back to Primetime News.
Special welcome to viewers on onespotmedia.com as well as TVJ International in the Cayman Islands.
We begin with a startling revelation this evening about the frequency of pesticide residues in our local produce that could be causing serious health and environmental issues.
In a landmark webinar today, the Jamaica Organic Agricultural Movement outlined how the overuse of pesticides in Jamaica could be causing more harm than good.
As Kelisha Williams reports, experts believe it underscores the need for stronger agricultural policies in Jamaica.
First entomologist at the University of the West Indies and lead researcher Dr. Dwight Robinson presented the findings of the recent island-wide pesticide study. In providing context, he explained that Jamaica imports up to 2.5 to 3.2 million kilograms of pesticides annually, mostly used in the agricultural sector.
The big problem with that is that a lot of these pesticides are what we refer to as highly hazardous pesticides. In short, we call them HHPs. And while there has been a good move for many years to move us away from highly hazardous pesticides, the move has been a little bit too slow.
Dr. Robinson said those pesticides linger in the environment for a very long time and can cause serious health and environmental issues. As a result, the Jamaica Organic Agricultural Movement, JOM, and several other private and public sector partners have been conducting an island-wide study to find out how pesticide overuse in Jamaica is impacting our food system.
The active ingredients that were looked at, 40 of them were classified as highly hazardous pesticides. And that's the group of pesticides that cause a lot of concern and the type we would rather not see being used in Jamaica.
The big question is how those harmful pesticides are impacting the food we consume daily.
Our study that ran from 2022-23 and continuing into 24-25, 26% of the samples had detectable levels of pesticide residues on them. So you can say we're not improving. That's over 10 years. And instead of having less residues detected, we ended up with more residues detected.
Similar to the 2009 to 2014 study, harmful pesticide residue is frequently found in fruits and vegetables like callaloo, thyme, pak choy, cabbage, and tomatoes.
If you look at it, the ones that have been lightened there are a whole list that it looks too similar to what we were seeing 10 years ago, and it suggests that we are not changing the practice. And these that are highlighted here are highly hazardous pesticides.
In going further, co-owner and
Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, I want you guys to screenshot that. I want you guys to screenshot these chemicals. And I want you to do your own research. As a matter of fact, let me I see on the screen it's not as on the screen I see it's not as clear, all of it. So let me just frame it in a one way when I can just screenshot all of those. I'm sure I'm looking at the screen right now. You guys can see all of those. I need you guys to do your own research. Alright? If I bet you that all of these pesticides that are highlighted are banned in most, if not all, European countries. But we in Jamaica, for some reason, is dragging our foot in terms of protecting our citizens. Infrastructure and roads and all of this. They don't mean anything if your population is unhealthy. We cannot enjoy none of it. even if everybody was prosperous. Why would you want to be prosperous and not be able to enjoy your wealth? not be able to enjoy moments with your family, not be able to enjoy moments with your friends and your loved ones, travel the world, because we have a country that has decided to drag their foot on policies and neglect these types of things. You know how serious Russia is about food and those things over there. There's a lot of things that Russia banning that is used in the Western world. You know? Lots of things. They don't let them citizens eat it. You understand? They're not doing it. So why is our government not protecting us in that regard? These are the things we need to think about, ladies and gentlemen. Please go and do your research about these chemicals. I'm telling you, most of them is not being used in many different European countries, if not all of them. Europe don't play when it comes to food. You understand? Even if they're tricking people and whatever, it is banned there. That is a start. It's actually banned. You cannot carry them into these places because they understand it's going to give people all types of cancers and all them something there. Right? And if you're really going to do your research, you're going to be alarmed. I'm telling you. Please go and do your research, ladies and gentlemen. Let's continue.
Are highly hazardous pesticides.
In going further, co-owner and farmer at Stush in the Bush, Christopher Binns, explained that organic farming is the way to go, which means no pesticide or chemical fertilizers. However,
the policies that we have in this country that allow these chemicals to come in, that actually encourage these chemicals to come in. So if I'm buying a seed, for instance, and let's start with the seed. One of the main issues that we have with going organic in Jamaica is that you cannot buy organic seeds nowhere on that.
Embarrassing!
You can't buy organic seeds? What?
Seed, for instance, and let's start with the seed. One of the main issues that we have with going organic in Jamaica is that you cannot buy organic seeds nowhere on the island of Jamaica.
And oftentimes when organic seeds do come in, Mr. Bin said they are held in quarantine for days and sometimes indefinitely. While he stressed that there is a need to protect the island from seed-based pathogens that may destroy the food environment, he said there must be a balance.
You don't have organic soil enhancers. You don't have organic anything. We don't have an organic sector that is codified into our policies so that farmers that claim to be organic or growing organic have a set of guidelines that guide them to getting to becoming organic.
In America, when you go into supermarkets over there, you guys see the different codings in terms of colors. I believe that's what he's talking about. And it's kind of deeper than just the colors in the market. That's like the final product. But there is a place for those things, for those organic foods and the level at which they are at. You understand? Because, you know, there's different types of food choices. You have vegan, you have people that are vegetarian and so forth. There's different, what do you call it, descriptions of what people eat and how they eat and whatever, what they choose to eat. The point of the matter is there is a market for all of that, and there's people that actually, there's policies in place for them to produce those things. But here in Jamaica, this seems to be not regulated, and there's no focus on organic food. The man saying cannot get organic seeds nowhere or organic nothing nowhere. That's crazy. Jamaica should be the most organic country in the world. Listen, we have Singapore that everybody is like, Singapore took their blueprint from Jamaica. I know Singapore is the lead organic exporter of food in the world, and I'm here saying, why is Jamaica not the lead organic exporter of food in the world? Singapore is the side of St. Thomas. We have so much arable lands that we can use to actually do farming. And it's the audacity of the Prime Minister to be at the agricultural poultry farm thing, talking about we need to focus more on agriculture. When the reality is for 9 years, they haven't been doing nothing. They haven't been growing the agricultural sector. And you're telling me now that there's no organic food? Man, what the hell is going on, man?
What can go on?
It's crazy.
What can go
so that farmers that claim to be organic or growing organic have a set of guidelines that guide them to getting to becoming organic.
which is why he believes there needs to be policy changes to make it easier for farmers to grow organically and get access to the right resources to protect their crops without using harmful pesticides. It is hoped that when the study is completed, the findings will be used to implement those policy changes, among others. Kelisha Williams.
So people, that's the first thing I want to show you, because food security is a hell of a thing, innit? Alright, I'm gonna do it this way. Hanna.
US dollars in chicken neck and back is what we import to Jamaica annually. 13 million US dollars in beef offals, that's like the liver and the kidney. Beef trimmings is 16 million US. And then rice is 84 million US dollars. And so you might be asking, Lisa, why do we import so much US dollars worth of animal and rice? Well, it's simply because Jamaicans cannot afford to buy chicken, beef, or fish to feed their families. So they must resort to the parts of the animals, the cuts and the trimmings.
Embarrassing!
Emotional damage.
Now here's a disclaimer. I'm not in the PMP shadow cabinet, so what I'm about to say may not contend with their views. But this is something I've been speaking and writing about for years. In other words, the pot a boil, but the food not enough of the family them were out. And I would like you to think for yourself and re-examine the data of some long-held beliefs of what others have tried to impose on you, saying that it is supposed to be in your best interest. Today I want to highlight one of those beliefs and say why our people as a result remain unhealthy with obesity, high blood pressure, and other primary health ailments. It's because they can't afford to buy a balanced food basket. And for the non-vegetarians, this is because the price of chicken meat is out of their reach. I'm not going to any other meats today. You see, for decades, Jamaica has had a 250% duty protection on chicken meat. Globally, in other countries, the average import duty rate on chicken is 24%. So why are we paying 250%, or why is the duty rate 250% in Jamaica?
I gotta stop right there. Ladies and gentlemen, let me draw for my calculator, because you see, 24% is the regular rate. 250% is our rate. Alright, 250 divided by 24, well, divided by 100. And that's 2.5. Alright, let's listen. As a matter of fact, I don't even have to go so far. How many times can 24 go into 250? That's all I need to do. That will tell you how much percentage higher it actually is. Divide that by 24. See? You see that? You see how much percentage more that is? 24% is the rate, right, at which the regular countries get it at the duty, 24%. We have it at 250%. It's almost 11 times that 24 can go into 250, which means then that it's 1,000% more, almost 1,100% more, almost 10.5 1,500% more. At this rate, it's 1,400. All right, whatever. I'm just saying, 1,000% more than the regular rate for everybody. Somebody please explain that to me. If what Lisa Hanna is saying is true, this is very alarming, ladies and gentlemen. But you're going to hear why. You're going to hear why this is happening. Listen to this. And we're going to go back to that number. Listen to this.
Is this really in our people's national interest, or are we serving the interest of very few individuals, in particular 2 companies? Now,
2 companies, ladies and gentlemen. 2 companies benefit from this. 2. Not 200,000 Jamaican people, but 2 companies. Whoever owns those 2 companies are the ones that are benefiting from a 1,000% difference. 1,000%. Why? And we wonder why chicken is so high. Chicken prices are so high and it keeps going up. Well, we have found the answer. Let's continue.
Or you all have a knee-jerk reaction and say, but Lisa, it helps protect it because it helps with local production. Let us look at the data rather than emotion. You see, the international cost breakdown to produce a chicken is feed, largely corn. That makes up 61% of a chicken. Baby chicks is 18%. You have to house them, that's 7%. Other inputs are about 10%, and labor is only 4%. We don't make feed in Jamaica. We don't produce corn. We don't produce wheat. We don't produce soya beans.
So what Lisa Hanna is saying, ladies and gentlemen, is that the feed, or what makes up the feeding for chickens, is the highest cost of growing chickens to feed them. Only 4% of that money deals with labor. So it doesn't take a lot of laboring. So when they tell you that, oh, it's creating jobs, really? Yeah, but it's not substantial. The substantial amount of money is being gained from selling the feeding. We don't produce corn. We don't produce none of those things that is in the feeding for the chickens. So when you have this 200 to 250% on the items that are coming in, you see where we're going with this? You see why this number benefits the two companies? They get the lion's share of the profit, not the people of Jamaica. You understand? Not the regular folks, certainly, but the two companies. Oh, and it gets worse. Let's continue.
Those are the inputs that go into the feed for a chicken. So what we refer to as feed mills in Jamaica are largely big silos and a mixer that blend up everything together, these imported inputs, and that goes into the final product, much in the same way that a mason, you see, mix up concrete, which are sandstone, cement, and water. But at least in concrete, all of those inputs are produced in Jamaica. So the local feed is totally, for chicken, is actually totally imported. So in effect, the local Jamaican direct cost input of chicken is less than 10%. Therefore, I really challenge the logic of providing excessive duty protections to any product with a local input that is less than 10%. I've been saying it for years. All of the inputs in animal feed are traded as commodities in the marketplace globally. And like oil, that price fluctuates in keeping with the laws of supply and demand. I bet you can't tell me how much corn has come down over the last 2 years. The price of corn has fallen from $801 in April 2022 to less than $392.50 today. Check it for yourself on tradingeconomics.com. You see, on straight mathematical terms, with that kind of 50% reduction in the cost of feed, which represents 61% of the cost input of a chicken, our chicken prices should have gone down by at least 30%. But guess what? They went up.
So you see, the 250%, it is monopolizing the price of chicken and keeping it high. That is what she's telling me. Even though corn has gone down and all these inputs that are in the chicken feed, we pay more for chicken because of what is happening with those two companies. Mark Golden, sir, we gotta deal with this, sir. This has to be dealt with. I'm sorry.
So who's really benefiting? Certainly not the Jamaican people whose citizens find it hard to afford a whole chicken for dinner on a daily basis. Certainly not the workers at the factory whose pay remains much the same, and certainly not the Jamaican economy, as there's been very little growth in the agricultural sector generally for years. Did you know that if you apply for a permit to import a container load of chicken in any form, back parts, breast, wing, thigh, whatever, the Ministry of Agriculture first refers the matter to the two chicken monopoly producers to find out if they have any objections?
Pardon me? Beg your pardon? Wait a minute. What?
What did you say? Hey, bro, come on now, dog. Come on, man.
What? Bro, what are you talking about, man?
What the hell? Oh my God, no way.
Emotional damage. What can go so?
So you're telling me that if somebody wants to import a container load of chicken or chicken parts, the two companies that pretty much run the sector has to be asked by the government whether or not that individual or individuals or company is allowed to import the chicken or chicken parts into the country? Bro, what is going on? Are you serious? This cannot be real.
Ball out! Whoa, we need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help. Shift the parliament. Shift the election. Shift everything. Remove them out there. Take out the cockroach. Take out the thief. Take out the criminal them. Take out the thief them. Take out the murderer them. Take out the gang leader them. Out of parliament. Take them out from Portland. Take them out. I hear Portland. Me I go to Portland. Why me I travel to Portland? Take out somebody, man or woman.
You cannot make this up, bro.
Tell them to challenge me on this.
And she said, tell them to challenge her on it. So she knows what she's talking about. Damn.
What do you think will be their response? With that kind of system in place, there's effectively no real competition in the marketplace. As a matter of fact, there's no marketplace. You pay what the two local monopolies decide you should pay.
Wow.
And since it is so obvious, you will wonder, well, why is this backward policy been allowed to continue for decades?
Yes.
Well, the false fallacy is that we're saving the livelihood of 30,000 small farmers. But is this really true? And maybe after this video, you'll find them finding farmers who said, no, we've benefited, etc. But ask yourself if it is really true. Is it really true? It is the same two producers who sell the baby chicks to small farmers. The same two producers who sell the feed to small farmers.
No. See, context matters. This is where context matters. This is where people being educated about economics matters. This is a bad deal sold to us as a good deal or a great deal, and we're just okay with the scraps of the benefits of the deal. If what she's saying is true, this is where you understanding economics would click in and go, nah, we ain't gonna have that. And we would pressure the government. And I hope this video goes viral. Please, ladies and gentlemen, this video I will upload. I'm recording right now. Please make this video go viral. Like the video, share the video with at least 50 people in your contact that lives in Jamaica. This issue, chicken is something that we all consume. Well, not all, most of us anyway, majority of the Jamaicans. This is an issue that we should really be like, wait a minute, this needs to change. This monopoly of these two companies, God, nah, there's no competition, there's no marketplace. They can tell us, oh, chicken is this price and it will be that price, and then nobody can carry any chicken to sell chicken. There's no marketplace. What the hell is this? This is some mafia stuff right now. Who is this two company? Who is these two companies? Right? Who allowed them to get away with this all this time? And what could, like, seriously? Come on, man, this is wrong, bro.
So it is in their interest to put the price of chicken as high as it can be, so that they can convince us that they're actually acting in our best interest. So you see, when a mother comes into my constituency office.
So, man, damn. Create the problem and then create the solution. Make profit either way and seem like you're the good guy. These people are wicked.
And says like they do all the time, and especially now with back to school, Why MP, I need help with 50 chicken and some feed to send me to them go back to school. Either the state or me will actually purchase the chickens or the feed. But guess where I'm purchasing it from? The same people. So it's a vicious cycle
Oh wow, a vicious cycle that never ends.
that's not benefiting our people, and I feel so strongly about it because I'm tired of it.
Listen, Lisa, I just learned about it and I am tired of it. I learned about it today. Yeah, I learned about it 24 hours ago. Last night I was in my bed, scrolling through the internet, came across this video. I was like, yo, I have to do a video on this. I actually did 2 live streams because the live was cutting off because of whatever, but I didn't get to record it, so I'm here recording it now. This is one of the live stream I'm on right now is one of the second live stream that I did regarding this. So if I go back to the front part of it, I was talking about it. So I definitely had to do this, man. This is wild, bro. This is wild.
So here's a suggestion that might actually be in the best interest of Jamaican small farmers. And it's a suggestion. Reduce the duty on chicken to 50%, which would still be twice the international norm, and use the duty collected because we actually don't collect any duty now.
250 reduced to 50% would carry it down to 125%, which is actually on average at 24. So it's still 5 times the amount that it usually is. You're not losing. Damn.
And use that duty to purchase baby chicks and distribute them free to small farmers. They're not to buy it. Therefore, and you could also eliminate the duty on feed and allow anyone, any little job mandora, if they need a permit to bring in container loads to bring in chicken. It should not be only the big people who get permits.
Fox.
The result of such a policy or suggestion would not only lower the prices for chicken, but more people would be engaged in raising chickens.
So they could make some money.
Jamaica has one of the highest diabetes rates in the world, and that is directly linked to the fact that they consume so much starch and carbohydrates because they need to feel full. They can't afford to buy protein.
True.
And this is because the average...
Yo, she's talking mad facts. When you look at how food is being, how they share your food, it's a little bit of protein and a lot of starch. People want to feel full, so they eat up the starch, and that's fact. And that sugar thing, man, it's, man, hey, man. This right here, I'm an advocate for this. I'm going to be shouting this at the top of the roof. This chicken thing, hey, Lisa, I got you. And thank you. Thank you for raising this issue because I don't care PNP, JLP, I don't care what y'all talking about. This right here is an issue that needs to be highlighted. The people need to understand what the hell is going on and understand that it's really not in our best interest. Like she said, it really isn't. That's fact.
Average family is not feeding their families properly. So Jamaica has a policy that has kept the price of chicken high, which only benefits 2 chicken producing monopolies. And it puts the nation at a health risk, and then imposes on the general poor public to pay a high price for chicken, thereby having an unhealthy diet. Marcus Garvey said, and his birthday was recent, that chance has never really satisfied the hope of a suffering people. And it's a powerful declaration.
Chance has never satisfied the hope of empowering people. So you can't empower people by chance. It has to be purposeful.
Because it means that to change ourselves positively and indeed the lives of the oppressed, we need to have deliberate purpose of effecting change. Not to tinker along and hope that things will fix themselves. That is a foolhardy approach and quite frankly timid.
Hey, Mark Golding and the PMP. When you go in a power, I want you guys to be bold in affecting change, not timid. Positive change for the people of Jamaica. We are at a place right now in the world where we are so far behind as a country. We need to make sure that we are not timid. With the help of the Most High, I'm telling you, we need to make sure that we are bold, like Ibrahim Traore, bold.
I've bemoaned over the years that it's probably easier to buy a politician than to become one. So no, look, let's make everyone benefit, not only those with deep pockets. And I've been saying this for years. Let us re-examine our policies for Jamaicans to actually be able to afford healthy food, especially protein. It's time that we re-examine the duty protections that we have on chicken meat.
Facts.
23 million US dollars in chicken neck and back is what we import to Jamaica annually.
$23 million in chicken neck and back annually. $13 million on beef. Beef trimming 16 million. Rice 84 million. Mighty God. Chicken neck. Chicken back. Beef. Beef trimmings. And rice. Add that up. Jesus. Over 125 million dollars. Over 125, $130 million. 30 million. Damn, man. No, ladies and gentlemen, I came across this article. The irony. After, saying I was good. This is what really sparked me to remember that, yo, you know what? I need to check out Lisa Hanna's video and do it. No chicken business. Jamaica poultry sector powers 310 billion economic engine. What is this saying to us, ladies and gentlemen? The chicken business is big business and it's only 2 people benefiting from it. The Jamaica poultry industry is generating far more economic value than previously documented. Some 309.6 billion, according to new research commissioned by the Caribbean Poultry Association (CPA) and carried out by EY Services, formerly Ernst and Young. The findings were presented by Christopher Zambrano, managing partner of Caribbean Strategy and Transition at EY Barbados, during a CPA's 8th International Technical Symposium at the Jamaica Pegasus Hotel in Kingston. The 2 events held May 13 to May 14 gathered close to 300 regional players under the theme Beyond Farming, the True Impact of Poultry. What the study uncovered was the sector, whose reach extends far beyond feed mills and broiler houses. It touches every aspect of Jamaican economy, from the employment and the utilities to advertising, insurance and tax revenue. We estimate that the poultry industry supports nearly 392,000 people through direct and indirect induced activity. Zambrana told the audience wages total $62.6 billion and broader economic linkages took the figure up to 310 billion. Now, ladies and gentlemen, you look at that and you say wages up to 310 billion. I want you to think about what the persons are actually making. That actually is the 2 monopolies. If they are paying out $310 billion, can you fathom how much money is going in their pockets? That is the first thing. Now, let us do the math. 392,000 people on estimate, right? $62.6 billion. Let's do the math, shall we? $62.6 billion. One more zero. $62.6 billion divided by $392,000. Wait a minute, go back a little. No, well, 392,000 people. All right, so on average, ladies and gentlemen, we're looking at $159,693 per person, which it wouldn't really go to that, but if that would be the case, then that would be yearly, right? That would be yearly. And if we're going to say that is yearly, and I could be corrected, somebody can correct me, but I'm just doing my estimates here. That's $13,307 a month. Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, that's crazy. Let me try that again. Yeah, let's look at the history. Nah, hold up. Wait. What? What? So they like work like sometimes? Is that it? Is that it? It's like they work sometimes? Cause it's right here. Oh my bad. It's right there. So I divided the money to this. So each person would get 159,000. So they probably work 2-3 days, a week. So that's what we're looking at for the month, on average. Is it possible that people are getting less? Wow. All right. So that's the minimum. That's the minimum. That is the minimum. So we're gonna give them that. That's the minimum, right? Let's look at the maximum. $310 billion. That really kind of, $310 billion dollars, right? $310 billion divided by 392,000. Right? So boom, that's that's what? 790,000. Not even $1 million. Damn, I thought it would reach like $1 million. So that's not even $1 million. That's crazy. So on average for the year, 12 months, you're looking at $65,000 for the month. So between $13,000 and $65,000 a month, people that work in the poultry area can gain. All right, so there you have it. That's not I get it, it's jobs, but people can still get those jobs if they was to unmonopolize the industry. You understand what people are going to want to eat chicken anyway. But the fact that only 2 persons at the top is making the bulk of the money, what about 4,000? What about 4,000 Jamaicans getting a slice of that pie? Well, again, we don't even know what the pie is in terms of the people at the top, right? Because this is just salary. They're just talking about salary here. How much money has the two companies actually made? You understand? All right, so let us say the company made 3 times this amount, or 2.5 times the $310 billion after all expenses paid. Let's say they almost gained $1 trillion. And between the two of them, I'm talking about profit-wise now. Say that they almost gained $1 trillion. $900 billion is the profit. We're gonna use that as an estimate. All right, so 900 billion divided by 4,000 Jamaicans that own a piece of this industry. Spread it across 4,000 Jamaicans. That's $225 million for 4,000 people. So you would have more multi-millionaires in Jamaica earning that type of money. My God, their family, the impact in their family, ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. Yeah, I'm with Lisa on this one, ladies and gentlemen. Tell me what y'all think in the comment section, man. Dang. Yeah, I'm with Lisa on this one. Those numbers are staggering. Yo, those numbers are staggering. Sheesh. My God. Shout out to Lisa Hanna. I'm going to be watching more of her videos. For sure. For sure. What is Dr. Dayton Campbell saying?
How did he decide who would benefit from those 300 houses?
The members of parliament make the submissions.
So why is he making it? Why is he pretending as if there cannot be a mechanism that is put in place to?
But the classism in this country, But I remind Jamaica many times about a literature book that I loved called what? Animal Farm.
A report was made to the police and the man was arrested.
Was drunk Jamaica.
Motorist driving recklessly on nationwide Andrew.
Mighty God. I don't think he was drunk.
Oh, it's a businessman? Yo, I need this story right here. Oh, I'm definitely talking about this. Can y'all give me a second? It's 8 people here. Salute to y'all. I appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you for the support. I'm definitely gonna document this. Yeah, this story right here is wild, bro. I'm talking about. Can somebody? Oh, hey, what is Splash Digit? Let me check Splash Digit. Nah. I think I can find everything. I want both of the videos. Because I want the context of it. Oh. Whoa, wait. Damn. So this story just got way crazier. Oh my God. Yo. Jesus. All right. So let me concentrate. Calm down, Bolo. Calm down. Let me find this. Yeah.
60% done.
Money grab.
Let me find this right here.
And we are just
Expenditure.
who was the true developer?
100.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Jamaica.
Yeah, right here, sir. I need that. Then I need this. Yep, that's what I need. I need both of these. Go back. All right, thank you. Appreciate you. So this one first, and then that one. All right. We got no. Oh, everybody gone. Oh, they left me. My God, I'm still gonna do it. Still gonna do it. God have mercy. Alright, so ladies and gentlemen, how y'all doing? There's a video that has been circulating on social media. I don't think I've seen it come in mainstream media news as yet. This is very disturbing. Please, disclaimer, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just, it's very graphic. So prepare, if you can take the sight of a woman getting abused, please, this is the time to turn away. Let's continue.
What I'm about to show now angers me bigly. I stand up against violence against women every day on this program. I stand up against violence against women every morning, every night. And I want to show you how a nurse was dealt with tonight. I want to show Jamaica how this nurse was dealt with by this man. Look at this, Jamaica. Look at what happened to the lady. You saw that?
I'm not gonna show it again because people have seen it, and it definitely gets me in the wrong frame of mind where I probably would say something that I should not say on the internet. So I'm going to move on. I just wanted to show you because there's no development, right? There's no development on that.
This man, Yes! Another nurse. Listen to what the nurse said about Bradley today, Jamaica. Listen to this. Mighty God. I don't think he was drunk.
The man seen in a video assaulting a nurse in Mount Airy, St. Andrew had reportedly dragged the woman from her car and spat in her face twice before further assaulting her. The uncle of the nurse, who requested that his name be withheld, spoke with Nationwide News on Friday. He told our news centre that the accused man was blocking traffic and appeared drunk when his niece was attacked. Dana Davey reports.
The incident took place on Mount Friendship Road, Mount Airy, on Tuesday evening at about 7. According to the uncle, his niece, who is in her mid-30s, was on her way to work at a corporate area hospital. He says upon reaching a section of the roadway, she encountered a motorist driving recklessly ahead of her in a Mercedes-Benz.
So when she coming down, the Benz in front of her, and the man a drive away over the road. So coming down now, it's like he might go in the middle of the road and out and he can like him drunk. And he stop and talk to somebody. So she said she had two tire hand and I said, oh, you can pull over for me because I'm late to work, so if you can pull over, make me pass. He said the man get, I said, who is that? Who is that? Huh? Who is that? A blow. And he come out.
The uncle says the man got out of the Benz and approached his niece as she sat in the car. He says the man spat in his niece's face before dragging her from the vehicle.
He come out and get angry and spit in her face. So she said she fling a bucket of water upon him and he spit in her face again. 2 times he spit in her face. He draw out of the vehicle and start assault her and lift her finger gun upon her back and step in her face and back gun upon her. And the gun drop and the man take up the gun.
The uncle says the incident has left his niece traumatized.
She said, don't me in the vehicle, I said, that kill me. The uncle, I said, bossy, stop, you can't leave there. So then try to roll him or nothing. Because you see the one who have the gun, you see the wrestle with him to get back the gun from him. In the video. Yeah, she have her shoulder and her neck. Because remember she walk in her face, you know. She get released, but she still have a pain with her hand and thing. So I don't know, she got traumatized because all her foot bottom cut up because she not driving her shoes.
A report was made to the police and the man was arrested. He remains in custody this afternoon. Dana Davey for Nationwide News.
So, spotting the lady's face, blocking the road. This sounds like an individual that feels entitled. Sounds like an individual that thinks he's above the law. He's some type of A-list citizen, and others are B and C-list citizens, and they are below him. So him can just block the road because him have a gun, him have a license firearm. Who's responsible for blessing these types of people with license firearm? And why is it that all of Jamaica cannot have license firearm if a man like this can have it? That's what I would love to know. Because you see, I am an advocate for license firearm for everybody. I believe everybody should be trained on how to use a license firearm if they want to get one. I think it should be in our constitutional reform that every Jamaican citizen should be entitled, if they choose to get a license firearm. We are at that place in our history. Too many kids are being raped. Too many women are being abused, and men too. And I believe if the people in the society know that, everybody got their ish, I'm telling you, it's going to be a little bit calmer in Jamaica. I'm putting money on it. Nobody not going to just raise them voice and go like them it's the baddest thing, and then they can just block the road and think so when them draw one little gun, nobody else not have none. You hear what I say? They're going to be a little bit more humble. Because you know what it is? The people in the FLA, people who get them license firearm, some of them feel entitled, them feel special, them feel like they must have a class because they can have a license gun. Right? So they can abuse other people. It's like the police them when them go up on the road because them have the gun pan, they feel like they can abuse because nobody else don't have any. They feel it give them this fake sense of power over everybody else. But I'm telling you, woe unto them. Lord, forgive them because they know not what they do. Forgive them, Father. because they know not what they do. This type of behavior. No, sir. Man, and it's in the report that the man allegedly take the gun from the man and he's fighting about the man for the gun. It's the first time I'm really reacting to this. Like, how do men watch a man step on a lady's head, walk on her, have her over him like that? Nobody had the bravery to say, yo, brother, move from over the woman. Even with the gun in him hand, like, bro, at some point, where the man them there. You see me? Where the man them there, bro. The other one, they will stand up and watch him do that. I feel like them for go prison too. Yeah. They feel like them for go prison too. Seriously. They need to do some hard labor. Joke this, brother.
I don't know if him really remain in custody, Courtney. I don't know if him remain in custody. I don't know if he was charged for the use of his gun. Because the charge was assault for occasionally bodily harm. Me never hear about no charge relating to gun.
So the man that? That's the guy?
Will the FLA take his firearm from him?
How would they react to this? Are the man that?
This man and already has started getting antecedents.
Oh,
Mr. Bell, is there any truth that you also abuse your wife?
Oh my God.
Because Jamaica, the way in which he dealt with that woman.
Yeah, it looked like it was
See, Miss Winnie called me. The way in which he dealt with that woman is very suggestive that he's abusive.
Wow.
One charge in a Courtney.
One.
Jamaica, after what he did to the nurse.
One charge.
The people them up at Eric tell me about your ways. Them say you beat your wife. Them say you beat your wife, Mr. Bell or what? I'm not surprised by who. Courtney, look at who I am.
Say that again.
I'm not surprised by who is your friend.
Wow.
Courtney, look at who I am, my friend.
Wow.
Look now.
Wow.
Ball out! Whoa! We need help, Jesus. Jamaica need help.
So this
is it friend?
So this only get worse.
You don't see that man?
Same smile.
They are friends allegedly.
Courtney!
Yes, teacher, believe you.
Wow.
My friend.
Jamaica.
Wow.
You don't see the Prime Minister don't condemn it.
Yes.
Have you heard an utterance from the Prime Minister in the last 24 hours
No,
to ask what has
not.
happened to the nurse?
We have not.
What the top time?
Tough time come out, but it come out since evening. But as the Prime Minister of this country, a civil servant was attacked. And no word from the Prime Minister.
Wow. Very interesting.
Go say it again.
Very interesting.
A member of the public service was attacked. Viciously, brutally, almost lose her life. Where is Babsy Grange? I have heard from members of the opposition. I've heard from Patricia Duncan Sutherland. Where is the opposition? No, not the opposition. Oh, I'm talking about them in the opposition because in the next 90 days, them in the opposition. Where is the private sector organization of Jamaica? Where is the church?
Wow. Wow.
And the Firearm Licenses Authority should immediately take away his firearm.
Lorraine, how you doing? Good night to you, love. No, sir, this is serious.
Jamaica, I want to ask you.
This is very serious.
I want to ask you tonight. Having reviewed the video. Producer, can you play back the video, please?
Please play back the video.
Having reviewed the video, the nurse never imagine him spit all in her face, you know.
Yes. A crazy amount of charge.
He spat in her face, Jamaica.
I'm glad that you're good, Lorraine. Big up yourself, man.
He spat in her face.
Wow. You know, our highest level.
And the woman
spitting in somebody's face is like the highest level of disrespect. One, if not the highest. It's next to peeing on them. Like, seriously. This man is a germs. This man is a scumbag. If the reports are true. If all the reports are true and what appears to happen on the camera, on the video is happening, this man is a germs. This man, you know, I would say that, but I'm gonna hold that back. What I will say is I'm questioning his love for women. Yeah, he's a monster. He's an absolute monster. And who is his friend, allegedly? Wow.
Of Jamaica.
You know they have a saying, birds of a feather flock together. Yeah, that's the saying, you know. Yeah, I don't know how true it is, but hey, that's what they say.
Are silent.
Silent to blows and
The Nurses Association of Jamaica says that on Monday they'll be demonstrating.
Yeah.
Imagine the man.
Let us see if Andrew is going to take the opportunity to demonstrate with the nurse them on Monday. Let us see if the police force and the FLA is going to demonstrate with the women and the nurses and stand in solidarity with them on Monday. Let us see. Let us see. I'm challenging them. Let us see.
That's what he did.
Nasty, man. Nasty.
Affiliate of the Prime Minister. A friend of the Prime Minister.
Wow. Look at this. No, sir. So the gun that the man take up. Watch him fight the man for the gun. The man fight the man for cha. No, sir. Look at this. This man afraid cause I gun. Wow. So this is somebody a reverse. Look like. So I know I saw a lady there on the. So the man they really making get by the gun. Look on the man, on the lady. And the man they turn up on the.
Can you believe?
So, more ask one question to Andrew Onis and Delroy Chuck. And Horace Chan. This criminal, because I love to call the young youth them criminal. This criminal and this video, this is a criminal act on the video. Yes? Where's the force that you're going for him? Is he truly in custody? Where is it? This animal. Right? Look at this animal. Look at this animal. Look at this animal. Spit in the lady face. Look at this animal. The man have the gun and the man have fight the man back for the gun. So he cannot. Look how him flip over the woman and throw her down on the ground. My God. But tell you something, you see? That's why I don't really par up with people. You know? Even people think to them, you know? Like a man like this, you have to be of a certain character. You understand? Not because you have money, that means you never work with you. Not because you have a business and you're a businessman, that means say, me I go stick around. If you're not a person of good character, you're not going to be receiving my time. You understand what I'm saying? An animal like this deserves to be put in a cage where he must fight for his life, for the rest of his life. You understand what I'm saying? One person after the next. no rest, no water break. That's how you deal with an animal like this. Put him in a one cage and make him fight like a MMA. Hand-to-hand combat. One fighter after the next. Yeah, man. And make sure say every fighter bigger than him by even 1 foot taller than him. I saw you deal with them type of animal here. Yeah. I think there needs to be an innovative correctional center for animals like this. Yeah, man, you know? So when you see these types of acts and them deal with a thing like this, yeah, man. When them deal with women like this and beat them up, yeah, man, you put them in a one cage. You have forfeited your right to your constitutional rights when you do that. When you deal with children and women like this and abuse them like this, you have forfeited your right to be called a citizen or a person. You have now lowered yourself to an animal status. And what we do with animals in this country under the Constitution is put them in a cage. That's how the Constitution needs to go now if you deal with people like this. I guarantee you, you will not see no man doing stuff like this to woman with those forms of punishment. Because the other men in society that are of men of high guilt and integrity will not allow it. Yeah, that's the next thing. You can imagine him need care. Lorraine, you can imagine him need care from a hospital. Which nurse or doctor are going to take care of this man? After seeing that video. We need to deal with each other with respect. We need to deal with each other with dignity, compassion, love, empathy. And we need to stop this. It's like there's a spirit over Jamaica. It's like there's a dark spirit over Jamaica. You guys notice? A very dark spirit over Jamaica. Just dark. Wow. This is chilling, man. This just, my God.
Can you believe? The cry of a nurse.
How's it feel, man?
The cry of a nurse.
You sure?
She works at the university hospital.
How's it feel? Yeah,
The cry of a nurse, Jamaica. And there's no widespread condemnation by the authorities.
Where's the commissioner of police? Where's all of these people? Man. I listen. I don't blame any of the females that don't want to come to Jamaica. I don't blame none of the foreigners that don't want to come here. You can imagine if a foreigner woke up this man and did the exact same thing and blow their horn and tell him to come out the way because them a block the road. And this was his response to a foreigner. I wonder how Andrew Onis, Edmund Bartlett, and all of these individuals would have reacted. Would there be a immediate press conference, a condemnation of what they saw on the video? Would there be? Where's the DPP? DPP, aren't you a female? Where's the DPP in all of this? Is the DPP a mother? Does she have children? Does she have a daughter? Does she have a sister? You know, I'm just catching up, honestly, on this live. This is my raw reaction to all of this. My raw reaction. Jamaica, just let me know what you think in the comment section. Yeah, man. Let me know what you think in the comment section. This is a moment to bawl out, cry out. I wish that the family of this young lady and herself go down on their knees and pray that God exact immediate revenge on this animalistic act by this man, because vengeance is of the Lord. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. It's like somebody did me something earlier, and I said, you know? So, you know, I won't be surprised, because somebody else did me something and I didn't even know. I only heard the same evening what happened to them. All they did was spoke against me wrongfully, and something happened to them. They got themselves in trouble with the law the very same evening. And I'm gonna tell you the truth, I'm not the most praying person. My thing is, you know, God knows my heart. God knows where I want to be in life and what I desire out of, and where I want to go. And God also knows that, you know, I really trust Him. So, all right, is this where I need to be right now? You know, and guide me like, so, all right, which way to go? What do I need to work on to be better? I don't trouble people. I don't bad mind people. I don't want to hurt anybody. I want Jamaica to prosper, grow, and be the beacon of light in this world that it can be in terms of a society. But with animals like this, how can we be when we are on the world stage? People are looking at this. This is how men that are alleged to be friends with the Prime Minister or an associate deal with women or deal with a stranger that's a woman. And no condemnation from the Prime Minister. And him can't say he's not aware of it. Andrew Honest don't come off of social media. Them social media warriors, them don't come off of social media. And them don't stop watch Andre Stevens, so them know what is going on. These are facts. They know exactly what is going on. You understand? Let me see what them have said. What I plan for the lady election. What is now, God? Oh, yes. Spike in COVID cases among the healthcare workers at UH. May I tell you? I'm telling you. Telling you. Ain't that something? Ain't that something? But no delay can go on for the election, because in the middle of COVID, Andrew did call the election. So him not really have no excuses. There's nothing him can run with. But I digress. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm gonna end this stream. You know, the word is love. And see you on the next one. Lorraine, be safe, be good, and thank you for your support here and everybody else. Thank you so much. Have yourselves a wonderful night. And shout out to all of my new subs. I reached 16,900 today. So that means 100 new people came on in like 24 hours. So shout out to all my new subs. Please remember to hit the notification bell and click all. And join my WhatsApp group. The number is there on the screen. You get me? It's rolling across the screen right now. Join my WhatsApp group. So, you know, when I do content, I post it in the group and you guys can go ahead and enjoy. And make sure you follow me on all of my platforms. Bolo VNR 2.0, which is this one. Bolo VNR Clips and Bolo VNR, and also Bolo TBV throwback videos. And I'm still trying to structure myself in a way where I give you at least 3 to 4 throwback videos on TBV every single week. I'm gonna figure it out, trust me. I'm gonna take a day where I just post those, make the thumbnail, post them, and spread them out throughout the week. I know say those are the TBV specials every week. 4 TBV specials every week. I think that's more than enough for throwback. I have so many throwback videos that are like golden that a lot of my new subs have not watched. So join the TBV family, Bolo TBV, yes. And also there's other throwbacks that I'm going to be focused on Bolo VNR, but it's specifically for Pastor Peter Chambers because the prophecies are being fulfilled, and I'm going to roll back and look for those specific uploads to drop on Bolo VNR. As for Bolo VNR Clips and Bolo 2.0, yeah, I'm gonna be doing more dual live streams from my phone, and probably from my phone and computer, until I can buy another computer so I can do the dual live streams on my computer. But I want to buy another computer just like this one that I'm using right now, and that cost a pretty penny, you know, cost a pretty penny. So when I say the donation link is pinned and you're more than welcome to donate, if you donate to the platform, trust me, you're helping to make these types of investments. Yes? Yes. So bless upon yourself, and I'm out. Peace.
Time come. Some are got charged for corruption.